don't see how you could be around your partner and just be in your phone. I think that small little gesture is so disrespectful.
And they start talking to me. If there are other women in the picture, just leave me out. I don't do that. I'm not auditioning. This is not this is not theater. It's not a movie. I'm not auditioning for you. You see the material. You see the person I am. You want to get to know me better. Get to know me better.
See, I think
women think that they deserve this fucking high quality men and they're not worth it.
Yes, sir, ski. This is the Hood Analyst Podcast where we talk about that real hood shenanigans. I like how you said that. That was fire. Today we got a very special guest, a reoccurring guest. This is her second time on the show. But before I have her introduce herself, like, subscribe, share. Come on, we've been giving you a lot of content, a lot of value, a lot of laughs. It's very entertaining. You know, we drop the reels every day, TikTok shorts every day, YouTube shorts every day. And I promise you, me and Justin have been talking about getting this.
Damn, bro.
I know. Finally,
the whole name is crazy. You gotta say Just, bro.
Okay.
My government out there.
Pardon me. Look, I never get it right. I call him Trap. I call him. We gonna get it right.
Subscribe to the motherfucking channel, bro.
Exactly.
We've been doing this shit all damn week and all damn year. Yeah. Subscribe to the fucking channel, bro.
Absolutely. We appreciate you guys
subscribing.
We appreciate the comments. We appreciate everybody sharing. Just keep it going. We got a real big purpose with this, man. I don't like how it seems like men and women aren't understanding each other anymore. So I like to have conversations to, at least come to some sort of common ground and gain more of an understanding. With that being said,
I want to separate them.
I know you do. Okay. Is it possible to fall in love with someone based only on their online presence before you meet them in person? Has that ever happened to any of you guys? Be honest.
First, I'm going to introduce myself. Hi.
Oh, pardon me.
Hi, I'm Precious. I have my own podcast, a solo podcast, audio.
Yeah, she does. What's the name of it?
Not So Precious. And I talk about empowerment and just self-mastery. And to answer your question, no, because your online persona is not real. We decide what we put on there. And I think you could date someone for 5 years and not know them, right? So how could you know them through a phone? It's just not possible.
Okay, I got a question based on your last one, but
I can say something about
that. Yeah, get right.
I don't think you can fall into love with somebody from just seeing them on social media and talking to them, but I will say that women do fall in love with words.
Okay, yeah, I will give you that because I will let someone love bomb the hell out of me.
Okay.
So, and I'm a pretty smart woman, but I don't know. When someone's saying the right things, you can get me for a week.
Okay. All right. So you said that you could be with somebody for 5 years and not know them. Just elaborate on that.
Well, I think different situations erect different sides of people, right? So you could be with them and then your parent dies or their parent dies. And now you see them in the midst of grief. And that is going to bring out a whole different side of them. Or you guys have a child, you guys lose your child. That brings out a whole different side of them. He loses his job. He's no longer the successful man you met when you guys first got together. That's going to bring out a whole nother side of someone. So no, I don't think you ever really know someone, right? But you're just more willing to accept them in whatever stage they come.
That is so true. I especially myself, I assume that I know a lot of people in my life, like my friends, even my family, but that was such a great observation. You don't know anybody. You know what they show you. That was a good point.
That's true.
Anybody want to get right or?
Nah, go ahead. Keep going because I think my questions are going to be it's going to change the whole dynamic of everything.
Okay, get right.
Hate it here.
Precious. Describe a good man. What's your definition of a good man?
That is so funny. That was one of my questions.
But
I put high value. So I'm going to, after I answer, I'm going to ask you guys the questions. What do you guys think is a high value man? What I think is a high value man, I like disciplined, someone that believes in something bigger than himself.
Talk to
I
me.
really I'm 26, and in my stage, I've really been attracted to men that are really deep in their community. Like men that are doing community work, whether it be working with kids or doing volunteer work. I'm really into that. I like men that are really, they're family orientated. Like they don't have to be super close to their family, but someone that, I don't like someone like, for holidays, why are you not with your family? Like it's Christmas. Why are you in the club? Like I don't want anyone in the club on Christmas.
The club
I'm
is
so
their family.
sorry.
They're club head. That's the club head.
No, I just can't do it. Like I can't do it. I'm with my family on Christmas. I want you to be with yours. Like no, it's very scary. Y'all laughing, but it's true. Y'all don't see the posters on Instagram on Christmas?
Yeah.
No, the club is their family. It's crazy.
December 25th on a poster is crazy.
Oh man.
Like, why are you in Starlets on Christmas Eve?
It's because they don't got a family.
No.
That's why.
But you don't even have to have like a real family. You could just have like friends. Like, why do you not have a community? That's one thing I'm interested in. I want someone that has a sense of community, because someone that has a sense of community is not going to be all over me all the time because they have their own things to do. And I'm very involved in my community. So
that's probably one of the best answers I've heard from a guest on that question. I respect that answer.
I'm not gonna lie, you nailed it on the head with the high value man. That's probably what I would say too.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. A man with a purpose.
Fuck. Just.
Trap, just doesn't matter. I don't care what you call me.
Define a good woman.
All right. A good woman is the one that knows to shut the fuck up sometimes.
Oh my God. Talk to him.
Cam Newton over here.
Knows how to shut the fuck up sometimes. Knows how to do the basic things.
What's
cook
a
clean,
basic thing?
Cook clean. Keep the house in order. But really a good woman is the one that can actually listen. One that could talk to you. One that supports their man in whatever they do. And is not scared to tell their man that the things that they're doing is wrong if they're not going in the right path.
Okay. All right.
And, one that doesn't go outside and, let's say sexy red.
She can't stand on counters.
She can't stand on counters. She can't stand in my car and try to shake that ass because she's getting ejector seat,
You sound a little stressed.
Okay. All right.
Going outside my sunroof is crazy.
I agree with you. I just feel like the stuff that you named, that's basic regular stuff. That's status quo. That's standard.
All right. So what's the difference?
So I'm not a good woman because I want to go out and shake my ass a little bit?
No.
Well, it's a subjective question.
It is subjective.
That's why I asked what to him was a good woman.
A good woman is not going outside and shaking that ass. I'm sorry.
For me, my answer is a little bit inspired.
Without me there.
Is inspired by yours. Just a woman that every woman I talk to or date, the woman I was just on the phone with, I always tell them I like to peep how they treat other people.
That's a big one.
That's my biggest thing.
That's a big one.
I don't want just you to this conversation about the friendly shit. Like you see it online, like, oh, this person's too friendly. That's what I want. I want her to be.
It's a human thing. You should be friendly.
Yeah, exactly. I want her to be a kind-spirited person. That's probably the number one thing for me.
Because if she's mean with everybody else and only good to you, when you start to piss her off, that meanness is going to transfer over to her.
Yeah,
it's not going to last long. And it's just, you could tell that it's a facade that she's putting up to
keep
be with you. Yeah.
But
that's one trait of a good
I would
woman
even
for
say
me.
that trait is even more like for women, we should definitely be going for men that are nice.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of times you hear all the time women, oh, I don't want a guy that's super friendly. Da, da, da. No, I actually want a guy like when he walks into a room, like he's able to say hi to people.
Word.
I don't care what gender they are. I want him to be able to say hi to people.
I also will say this too. With a man being friendly, you got to understand that a friendly person, a nice person is going to be tolerable when you're not.
Talk to him.
Very true.
Because you got to understand that for people that are not, nice, there's going to be times that they're going to treat you wrong. And you got to see how that dynamic is going to play out.
Yeah, it's all based on your tolerance. To be kind, that's a self choice. Because you usually don't get anything out of being kind.
You don't. You don't.
At least you don't get the karma or the reciprocation right there most of the times. But I truly believe, you're a good person. You're a kind-hearted person. It comes back to you. I don't care when it comes back to me.
Because I would say
I could be nice. I can be cordial, nice, and kind to an asshole.
I'm an asshole.
Yeah, you are.
I'm a very.
I've told you that
asshole.
before.
He tries to be.
Yeah, I told you that before.
Nah, I'm a sweetheart.
He likes to buy girls flowers.
Flowers is crazy.
Let's see.
Never bought a girl flowers a day in my life and never will.
Let's keep it with the.
He's gonna buy flowers.
Okay, a little internet question. I want to see what your answer is. I think it's gonna be a good answer based on.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to cut you off because I'm gonna answer my question. I'm gonna say my question.
Oh.
Who do you think is the
asshole?
prize?
See that he was an asshole.
That was rude.
I don't care. Who do you think is the prize, man and woman?
That is a very stupid ass question.
Talk to him. Get right, Precious.
Dumb as hell. You should both feel like you're the prize. I don't want to date anyone that doesn't feel like they're a prize. Why do you think you're a loser? Why do you think you're not worthy of things? I don't want to be around you.
Now, not being a prize is not being a loser. I didn't say that.
That is true. That's very true.
But who's the main prize? There's always, first, second place.
Define prize.
Yeah, define. Oh, yeah.
Okay, prize. I would say who's the more worthy.
Worthy of what?
So, like, all right, in a relationship, right? You know how women say, like, I'm the prize, I'm the table.
Right
yeah.
I'm everything. No, the fuck you're not. I'm sorry. Men are the prize.
How are men the prize?
You mean like in every situation?
Not every situation, but for the most part.
You know what I would decide who the prize is? You know when they put like couples do captions? Whoever says you made me a better person, that the other person is the prize because they're the one that elevated you.
I like that.
I asked you to define prize because I understand what you mean. It's just when it comes to a relationship, why would you date somebody who you don't see as the prize? So if I'm with a woman, I see her as the prize and I would hope she sees me the same way.
So you don't date based off potential sometimes? Like you don't see someone that like maybe you could make them and elevate them to a better place?
Nah.
See, the issue is women, we all date off potential.
Yeah. That's how women are. Men aren't, well,
no.
I'm going to try to speak for myself on this episode. I'm not like that.
Me neither.
I like to date people that I could see myself being with them as from who they show me.
Yeah, as they are.
You don't think sometimes people just need a little bit tweaking, extra love?
No.
So you're telling me you meet a woman with a good basis. She has everything else. But then there's just one thing. There's one thing she has to work on and you don't think she could.
I'm not Bob.
I'm not really in the business of changing people.
Me neither.
If she wants to grow and change herself, yeah, but and just being around me, a person that constantly tries to do that, I'm pretty sure it'll inspire her, but it's not required. I require a growth mindset.
Yeah.
But
because I would say there's a lot of people, and this is a majority of people, men and women, they're reluctant to change.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people are stuck in their ways.
It's hard to change.
So I'm not about to be in the business of a losing battle. I like percentages. So I'm going to come being with somebody that's already built.
But do you know if women, like, I think what you guys said is great, right? Great. But I think if women had that mindset, we wouldn't have a lot of relationships and marriages. Because a lot of men, they come to you, whether he's not good at communication, whether he's not emotionally available, something. They come to you missing something. And women, we see something, we say that's a project. I can fix him.
I feel you. Now,
this is not art class.
I ask a lot of questions to gain understanding. Do you think that men and women are different?
Yes. We are wired. We had this conversation. Women and women are wired differently.
Yeah. So I just needed to hear the yes. So I would tell women not to date for potential. And I would tell men, date a woman that you could see being with right then and there.
But Buddy, I'm going to be honest with you. I think you would be doing a huge disservice to men if you tell women do not date based off potential. And I never thought I would say something like that. But I do, because I do think a lot of men sometimes need an extra little push or just someone to inspire them to do differently.
Push themselves.
Now, all right. Yes, it is push yourself, but I'm not going to sit here and cap and be like, I'm not the kind of guy that gets inspired from having all right, Think about it like
you
this,
should be
bro.
inspired to do more with a woman.
What happens to you after you have sex with a woman?
I don't want to be around her anymore.
No, but I mean like
Get this nigga
mentally.
off the
Like
show.
I just want to see if you say the same thing as me.
He's not going to say clarity.
After I get some pussy, I feel like I'm Superman.
Yeah,
I feel like
he's not
I could take over the world. That's
not
how
gonna say
women
clarity.
inspire me, not just the sex. But I'm saying the feminine energy. It makes me want to
Do more.
yeah.
I'm kind of a different person. Doesn't matter to me.
Really? I thought
hasn't
I
met
would
the
think
right
most
woman.
men would be like that. But I could be wrong on that.
You know what it is? I have a very like high complex mind. So like I don't let those things like change me.
I feel you. We similar in a way where you can motivate yourself. You're disciplined. You keep promises to yourself.
I would say I'm self-sufficient. That's why.
Yeah, I think most men should be like that.
But it does.
Most
It does
people
add
should
it to
be,
it.
but I think regardless is when you're with the right person that really excites you,
Mhm.
that's going to happen naturally. Like you're naturally just going to want to be a better person because of the person you're with.
Now I would say this: when I do have a woman around, like that I'm with, I want to do more.
Okay.
Like I'm working more hours, doing more things because I'm like
Yes.
I want to be able to support her and the things that she want to do.
Okay.
You should
You
look
know?
at me and want to make more money. 100%.
Talk to him. Talk to him.
If
You know
that
what's
is not
crazy?
your first thought after looking at me, there's a
That
problem.
sounds crazy, but it's so true.
Yeah, that exactly.
is
It
true.
sounds so crazy.
Exactly. I agree.
And like my
That is
urge
like
is just telling me
primal.
like get the fuck out of here. But I can't refute it.
Okay. Let's see. Precious, give me one reason to break. Precious, give me one reason that you would break up with a man besides cheating.
Oh my God, I have so many reasons because I would break up with anyone for any reason.
Okay,
But
those are top three.
Top three.
I don't like anyone that like constantly bad talks their exes or ex-women in their life or
Talk to
anything like that.
Very
I think
much
that's
true.
just very like ugly.
Yeah.
And it also makes me think you have feelings for them still. I don't like things like that. Another big thing, if you're not motivated, like if I ask you like, oh, what are your goals this year? What do you want to do? Not really interested in you. You don't really have anything you want to do. So why would I be interested? Thirdly, I don't like men that don't want to do things. Like I love going on adventures. I like traveling. I like doing new things. I cannot date someone that does not want to do new things. I don't want to sit in a room with you. I don't want to go to the same Mexican restaurant every weekend. I like to do new things. I like to try things.
build
I need someone that's
experiences.
open-minded. Point blank, period. And if you're not, it's just not going to work.
Okay.
So I guess we should ask the same question for ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's one reason that you would break up with a girl besides cheating?
Communication.
Okay. Lack of it?
Well, understanding. Lack of understanding. If you can't understand what I'm saying to you and where I'm coming from, I can't be with you.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Can you give an example of that?
Okay, let's say I'm a worker, right? I'm going to continue to work regardless of whatever the situation is. I have goals that I want to reach. And if you don't understand that I'm going to be willing to pull off certain things so that I'm able to reach those goals, then you're not the one for me.
Okay. That's fair.
Because which is the crazy part is most don't understand is that those same goals that I'm looking for is going to benefit you in a lot of a way. But some people don't see that.
Okay. Okay.
Which
I think
one?
some women just also like their love language is quality time. Like they just want a man that they can be with all of the time.
That
I
is
hear
true.
that, and
And it's not possible.
I'm not
in
like
today's
that, by
age.
the way.
Not-
I need my
not a-
alone time.
I hear that, and I liked your answer. I do. I want to be spontaneous. I want to go out and have fun and do all of those things, but I got priorities and responsibilities. I would just like to deal with a woman that understands that.
But
Yeah, me
life is
too.
about making room. There's compromise, right? Like I have responsibilities. I work. I go to school. I do my own
True,
things.
but you're not dealing with women with extremely high standards. That's the difference. Men are chill, so you can.
Oh yeah, true. I agree with that.
Yeah, with women, I don't even want to be in a relationship right now because I mean, I can provide the stuff that she probably wants, but it's gonna put me in a hole.
Mhm.
It's gonna put stress on my life.
Mhm.
I would like, some balance.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
But what do you think women are asking for that is gonna like put you in a hole?
Time.
everything that you just said, the time, the fun, the vacations, and all of that. Men don't really have that much leisure. Most men that aren't at least where they want to be in life yet don't have that leisure time.
But do you understand that's like bad for your mental, like fuck a relationship. It's bad for your mental health to like not dedicate time to just relaxing and turning your brain off.
Which
Everyone
I
has to
agree.
do that.
I 100%
Absolutely,
agree.
yeah.
But
and I like to do that with women.
But
when I'm around women, I'll do that.
So plan a vacation.
The world doesn't allow you to do that.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Justin, I feel like the world doesn't allow people in general to do things. That's why you foster a space and you choose the people around you that are going to make you feel that way.
That is a good asset of a woman. She could help me chill out.
That is true.
It's just I've come across it a lot of times where, and I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I've had that issue where, you don't take me out enough.
I would say this. We live in a land of opportunity, and especially for, us being business people and entrepreneurs.
Okay.
Opportunity comes whenever it does, and we have no dictation over that. So it's like when certain things pop up, I'm gonna go do that, regardless.
Yeah, but I also say, to women, when they want to date the entrepreneur, they want to date the business owner, right? What asset, are you adding, right? So you're saying you guys do a lot of stuff, right? You guys are busy. Don't you want a woman that can kind of fit into that? Okay, I was dating a guy and he ran his own business. Mm-hmm. He was super busy, but he had an event and he was like, hey, do you want to tag along with me to the event? Mm-hmm. And I went with him because he liked the fact that I'm a social person. I know how to he can go do his business stuff and leave me on my own and I'm good.
That's a really good thing. But you know what I will say though? He did ask you to do that, but a lot of women won't do it unless they're asked. And that's my problem.
But I think that's not really you, though.
That's not really a problem for me. I just need the willingness because I'm gonna ask. Mm-hmm. So, I could see how it could be a problem for some men, but for me personally, nah.
Because the way how I am, I'm I do my shit regardless. And if you show that willingness, of course I'll let you help. But if you don't say anything to it, then I just don't think you want to be a part of it.
Oh no, I agree with that.
I can understand that.
I like to ask to help. If I know I'm dating someone, I know they do their own things, I always like to ask to help in any way I can. Because if you're busy and you're doing something and I know you're doing an event, but I know I could tag along, I will tag along with you just so I can spend time with you. Because I know that this is what you're doing. This is your work. And personally, I love seeing a hardworking man. I love seeing a man in his thing, doing what he loves to do. There is nothing sexier than a man in his work, in his purpose. That is so sexy.
I've heard so many women say it. I believe that is true.
1,000%. I like it.
Internet question. How much should a man spend on the first date? Is there a price range? Is there what?
Nothing.
What is that answer?
No, there is no price range.
Talk to him.
I think that's very, 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 very stupid.
Talk to him.
Might be out here talking about he got to spend $1,000 on the first. Get the fuck out of here. Your pussy's not worth it.
I think. Okay, I'm not saying what he's saying, guys. Please don't tag me with that. I'm saying that first of all, I love nice restaurants. I don't want to go to a nice restaurant with just anyone. So what if he's just not that kind of dude that you want to bring to a nice restaurant like that?
Okay. Okay.
It's just not. You
gotta. What if he doesn't have an etiquette?
You gotta fill people out. What if he's spitting at the table, in Capitol Grill? No, you really you gotta fill people out. It's not. I understand, and I think. You know what? I seen this conversation. Someone had it, but what I'm saying is that sometimes women they want those things. They think they want it, and that's really not what you want. You'll end up there.
Talk to him,
and it's really not.
You get put on the spot.
Just save your checks and go with your girls. I promise. So please don't experience something like that for the first time with a man that you don't know, because it's really gonna steal that magic away from you. I like to do things first, either with myself or with my girls, with my sisters. Before I like to do it with a man, because sometimes you think, oh, I'm gonna do it with a guy, and guys are not into that. He don't care about that girl. Mm-hmm. He wants to eat. So he doesn't care about your cocktail.
Men, Stop taking these females on these expensive ass first date. Let her earn it.
Okay, no, that's stupid.
You disagree with that?
I do disagree. What is earning it? Is that having sex? Is that earning it?
Hell no.
So what is earning it? What does that mean?
Just like how you said,
Cooperation,
building up to that.
you know, actually
but I don't like that word though. Like earning it makes me think you want me to like get on my knees or something and work for it.
No.
See, I understand that. That's where I think
most women don't want to work at all. Like and just want to just be there and just get $1,000 dates.
But there are women that just sit there and get $1,000 dates though.
Which is true. And this is why, man, you need to stop that shit. But
but some men like doing that though.
They're fucking stupid.
No, I think we're speaking from a totally different place. I think if you are just a rich man and you just have the money to do so, what is $1,000 doing for you?
Nothing. But the thing is, if you're looking for a partner, get just out the rip, just giving all of your value out there just like that is not going to help your situation.
But that's not all his value though. $1,000 is play change to him. That is play change to some people.
That assumption,
which is true,
is what I have an issue with.
Which is true.
Women know, we know you're broke. I'm speaking to y'all, America men. We know y'all don't have money. We see CNN News. We know, okay? Trust me. Stop. We don't want the your bags. We know you can't.
So you're saying the same thing as him now?
No,
You just don't like the earning concept.
Yes, I don't like the words that men use sometimes around these discussions because you can say the same thing and not make it seem like I'm a sexual slave.
Okay, now
two different things.
Do you think that men and women will ever come to an understanding where men just speak certain ways and women just speak certain ways? Because it's a lot of shit that women say that I just be like, what the fuck do you mean? But I'm trying to gain the understanding instead of writing them off for speaking that way.
I think that's something I'm like in my stage of life, I'm trying to do personally because I'm a very strict person and I do words. Someone could say something to me once and I'm like, you're done forever and write you off. And that's just really how I am. And I don't think that's fair because I think sometimes people say things and they don't really understand why they're saying it. I think that's why follow-up questions and really having dialogue with someone is the right thing to do. And I know that if you know me personally, you know, there were times I was not willing to have dialogue. But I think now, as I'm getting older and I do want a serious situation, I am trying to be more open to dialogue.
Talk to him. I respect it.
She still got to earn that date, fellas.
Sometimes you don't have to do anything.
How does a woman earn a date from you?
Yeah, let's go. You're not getting flowers, by the way. He doesn't believe in that.
Yeah, I don't. No, you're not getting flowers. You might get chocolates. But
I hate chocolate.
So, or a fruit bouquet. But
it's the same shit as flowers, man. He just doesn't want to give it to her because he knows she wants it. Because men get off on depriving you of things.
Whoa, that's crazy.
They do.
Where did you come to this conclusion?
It's true. Girls will post things they want all the time and things they like. And then guys would be like, I don't know where to get her. I don't know what she likes. Well, bitch, I know what she likes. I follow her on Instagram.
I mean, if he doesn't pick that up, he's a fucking idiot.
No, it's not he's being a fucking idiot. He's doing it intentionally. He's intentionally depriving her things. It's a show. It's like, ha, 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 look at you. You're posting all this stuff on Instagram. You're still going to fuck me tonight. Stop fucking them. Stop having sex with them.
What's your biggest issue with men today? What's your biggest issue with women today when it comes to dating? Mm-hmm. And then flip-flop.
Okay. You start. You go ahead, Pressy.
My biggest issue with men is them wanting a certain type of woman and not being deserving of it.
Talk to them.
I'm not gonna even gonna lie. That's the flip. I'm gonna say the same fucking answer.
Okay.
Women think that they deserve this fucking high quality men and they're not worth it.
Okay, we getting somewhere. So we both have the same issue on both sides. What's your biggest issue with women and what's your biggest issue with men?
My biggest issue with women is them chasing men and centering everything about themselves around attaining a boyfriend. If I act a certain way, if I dress a certain way, I do certain things, I'm going to get a boyfriend. I don't know if we need to look at our mothers and our aunts, but a lot of them follow the script and now they are either alone or they're with a man that is cheating on them constantly. There is no script to follow. Do what you need to do and do your own work. I don't think if you dress a certain way, you talk a certain way, or you do things a certain way, you're going to get certain things. There is nothing you can do to make a man like you other than him liking you. That's it. I'm tired of all the freaking ebooks and this and that.
I totally.
I'm not gonna lie,
just be
she
yourself.
talking right now.
I
'Cause
disagree with that. but
I feel the same way, but not in the sense of relationship wise. I need men out there to stop fucking chasing pussy. That shit's annoying, bro.
Oh, talk.
Yeah.
Stop making it the first priority, bro.
Talk to him.
That should
I
be
agree
like
with
your
that.
third.
I agree with that.
Sexual
Third or
discipline is
fourth.
a big thing. You should be sexually
You should
disciplined.
be going after your goals first, because if you're broke, you should not be chasing no fucking pussy. That's one.
because you can't afford condoms.
Okay.
Get your health in order. So that's what you said, get some condoms.
And they don't have doctors or health insurance, so they can't do that either.
That too. And then you could, honestly, put like this. A man in his bag, a man chasing his goals is going to get pussy regardless. It just happens. So for you chasing it first, you're not going to ever get it.
Don't chase, attract.
Attract.
You should
Simple
always
as
just
that.
be attracting.
Okay.
You shouldn't have to try to get pussy.
My biggest issue with women, a lot of them, I'm not gonna say all of them, but a lot of them that I meet don't really care about a dude's character. That's probably my biggest issue with women. Biggest issue with men is the same one as you.
You think women just like we care about what a man has and what he can offer versus like his character?
Yes.
I think that you guys come off that way. I think most women do care about a man's character, but the way the method that they use when dating men, I think a lot of women are hurt or have been hurt and put a lens on men. And I'm not saying I don't do that with women neither. I'm pretty sure I do that as well if I've met myself outside of myself. But that's just the biggest issue with women. They're their biggest worst enemy.
That and the fact of how they carry themselves.
Elaborate.
Yeah.
The way how they show themselves in public.
What's bad about how women show?
The way how they dress. The way how they act. They're not classy. You feel what I'm saying?
Do you think I'm classy?
No.
Now,
Go to hell.
See now,
I'm only playing.
I'm trying to understand women a little bit more. Is classy a triggering word for you?
I mean, I think that depends on your definition of classy, right? Because I'm a Black woman. We usually don't fall into the standard of what a classy woman is. I think I am very classy, but do I go out with my friends sometimes in a bar and shout sexy red? Yeah, I do. But I'm still very classy. I can still walk into a room and have etiquette and know how to act, but I also know how to flip the switch. So yeah, I do think I'm classy.
Okay.
So you see that, right? Knowing to flip the switch. That's classy, right? Knowing how to step in a room and know how to read the room as well. You can't be going out in public all the time and doing the same shit.
Absolutely.
That's my issue. Like everybody wants to go outside dressed in fucking nothing.
But that's what
all the time.
that's what we see on, well,
And it's what you show too.
it's
Like,
becoming more common. I'll give you that.
so I would say this, right? If all you do is show yourself, your body all the time, and you don't show a different side of yourself,
That's the only,
I'm gonna think that you're not
yeah,
classy.
that's the only thing that a man can value if
Now-
you start with that.
If you have other things that you do and you're, dressed this way and you go to certain events and you talk a certain way this way, and everybody has both of their sides, everybody has to have their fun, but if you are having fun all the time, I don't think that's classy.
Okay. I think sometimes though, like when women hear classy, they think they can't be sexy, right? And I don't
Elegant,
think I don't
I'd
think
say
that's true. I think you can still be a very attractive woman
You could do both.
and still be classy.
You just can't do one more than the other.
So your issue is with the balance of it.
Yes. Some women just do it all the time. And then, like, for me, if I see a woman that's on social media, always in the club, she doesn't do anything else but be outside, I'm never taking that shit serious, bro.
He wants you to go apple picking, girls.
See now,
Yeah, something.
all right. I'm gonna give
Going to the Barnes and Noble, something.
the ladies some advice. Take it or leave it. Not even most. All of the women I deal with, she's a woman here, so she could either vouch for me or disagree, are two women in one. You have the surface where they show, let's say she's speaking to a guy that she's friends with or she doesn't and she's not attracted to. He gets the surface level of that woman. He gets the classy, as you're saying. But I know from dealing with women that they all have that freak side.
I would rather know that in private.
Exactly. That's my issue is it seems like society is bringing the underworld, the shadow world to the mainstream. That's my issue.
Things that you should be only doing in the bedroom, they're posting it outside.
Exactly. That's my issue. And I'm not saying you can't ever be like that outside, but if I see it more times than not, you show me more of those tendencies, it's hard for me to take you seriously. That's my advice to.
Because I'm a big person with surprise. If I can surprisingly find out that you're like that, then that turns me on.
Like, okay, to piggyback off of that, I don't like when people post sexual memes. Like I think that is nasty. Like, I don't care if you're a guy or a girl. So I don't want to see a meme of like Peter Griffin bending over Lois.
I hate the fucking Yeah, we gotta talk about that.
It's gross.
Y'all turning cartoons into like sex and shit like that. That shit is disgusting.
It's teetering on a line, you know? Like you can.
It ain't even teetering. You're taking characters that kids know. Like I be seeing
SpongeBob memes.
Yeah, like shit is crazy.
Why are you that to Sandy? Like what the
Your
hell?
mind has been warped by the internet. That shit is crazy.
Everyone's too sexual.
They need to cancel Twitter because Twitter is just like that.
And I like Dragon Ball Z and I love anime and all of that shit. But just for me, like liking a funny Goku post, I'll see a picture or a video of Vegeta pressing up on Bulma. Like, what the fuck are y'all? What are y'all on?
This is why Instagram has two things. You have your main story and you have your close friends. If you're going to do that, post that in your close friends.
Please post that on your close friends.
I never utilize the close friends. I don't know.
I let my intrusive thoughts.
How do you guys use y'all close friends?
All of my intrusive thoughts that I can't say in public.
I'll be posting screenshots of what dumb men say to me.
Ooh.
And if you know,
you might have to go on your folder and read some of those because that sounds funny. I would join your close friends for that. That's good research.
That is, it's pretty funny. Yeah.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm in a lot of close friends, and that should be hilarious. I be commenting like, "Yo, this nigga really said that to you, bro."
You will be so surprised by the things that men.
Oh, nah, niggas is crazy in the DMs. They're ridiculous in the DMs, bro.
Absolutely.
They just be you know what it is? They be just throwing a shot in the dark, bro. Just be swiping up and just saying bullshit, bro.
You guys got to do that with your female guest. Have her read her wildest DM. I think that would be a really good segment.
You should.
Oh gosh, let me look.
You got any questions, Trap? Justin? While she goes through that?
I want to see them questions, bro. I'm not gonna, them DMs, bro. That shit be having me crying. Okay, I'd say this, bro. You niggas need to stop going in girls' DMs, bro. Stop it,
and it's funny when you have like a regular, like he's always, like it's just a regular guy always saying.
Okay, all right, all right. Describe a regular.
Like,
a regular.
I'm going to pull up one of my regulars. He is always saying some wild shit to me.
Yo,
and he means it. Like,
I can understand why.
In the DMs.
Am I lying? I'm not lying. No, there's no rap in my cap. This is, this is real.
She's scrolling for like a good,
he's been doing, look at this. Bro. This is the one I'm going to read for you guys. This is real. This is not joking.
Bro.
This is my life.
A whole paragraph in the DMs is
now
crazy,
don't get me wrong before you read that. Don't get me wrong. Of course, there's a balance between what you want to present, who you are to a woman. But I'm just going to use this as a case of
talking to yourself in the DMs is crazy.
That's why niggas don't bring flowers on the first date.
Why? Because he wants to do, I'm not going with you on a first date if you do this.
But that's what I'm saying. There's a balance. But he's imbalanced.
He's more than imbalanced.
He needs a therapist.
Read the comment.
He's swimming in a water that he can't swim in.
Guys, this is
this is a DM reply to her story.
This is me posting, like, I was on vacation. First, he said a cloud of femininity. Then he said, a wonderfully hidden ripe fruit up high, dangling gracefully, ready to be reached for and picked with precision. No wind has deemed itself worthy to knock you off your beautiful perch. No man has properly laid eyes on your ripeness. Unaware such an amazing fruit lies within dense thickets that rest high majestically upon the branches of an enigmatic tree.
That is
First
insane.
of all, before you do that, please let me see how he looks. And don't show it to the camera. I want to see.
That's insane. See now,
get the fuck out
Yes.
here, yo.
You're
he look
smart
like
because
a hood booger.
you're
trying to
not
do shit
falling
here.
for that because he has to be doing that to several other women.
Oh no, he copy and pastes this and does it to other women.
The
110%.
fact that you're quoting fucking Shakespeare
You know what his problem
in a
is?
DM is crazy.
He came across a woman who didn't have that much experience.
Mm-hmm.
He got with her because he made her fall in love through words, and now he just uses that strategy on all women.
Off that,
Let me ask a question.
women, please.
Let me ask a question.
That's
let me
crazy.
let me ask a question to the guys out there. What do you get to gain by talking to yourself in the DMs?
That one day she's gonna answer. That one day she's gonna be having a really bad day, and you're gonna call her beautiful, and that is what she needed
And
to
they
hear,
have
and
no
she's gonna
shame,
reply.
bro.
No, they don't, because it works so. Like,
Wait, you saying that works?
No. I'm saying like, okay, no. There has been a few times that a guy, like, he just keeps talking in DMs, and then one day I'm having a really bad day and I reply to him. I'm like, oh, you're actually not that bad. So then he kind of gets a chance. But sometimes it does work. But
So-
you have to be like, you have to catch me. Like, I have to be
So
depressed.
Alexis was right. I might not like you this year, but next year I might like you.
Oh, yeah, I've had that
I
happen.
still think that's
Crazy.
not. I'm
Nah,
not.
I
having
will
that.
never tell nobody to do that shit. Listen, don't fucking ever swipe up no fucking DMs, bro. Let me tell you a little sauce, right? Damn, I shouldn't. I'm not gonna say this while she's here. I'm gonna say
Slide
this.
in
Okay,
her DMs. I love reading
Nah.
it. I
Nah,
read
yeah,
Don't
I'll,
ever-
I reply sometimes.
Don't
I'll slide in
ever
the DMs,
slide
but
in the
just you just can't overextend yourself.
Listen, the most I'll do is like a post. That's about it.
You can slide in my DMs. I conversate.
Okay.
You're never gonna see me in person, but I'll reply.
Oh yeah,
Nah.
see, she one of those. What the?
I love conversation.
Nah. Don't ever
I
go
love
into
conversation too, but I don't like texting. We had this conversation on the last episode. I hate texting.
DMs, bro. I don't swipe in DMs ever, bro. I don't. I hate that shit. I really do.
Cool guy over here.
Like the only way I slide in DMs is if I've talked to you before.
I'll slide in the DMs, but I'm a
Like to a stranger, no.
mission orientated man.
I'll
so
like-
I'll
I'll like a post and keep it going.
I'll express my
story
interest.
keeps it.
Men like that are so funny because I've had men like follow me on social media and they will not DM me, but when they see me in person, corner me fast.
How does that
as
make you
hell.
feel?
I'm like, why haven't you said anything all these years? And they're like, because I just didn't want to slide in your DMs. I don't be sliding in DMs.
And you know what's funny about that? I have the same problem too.
Yeah, you want a solution?
What's the solution?
You just gotta shoot your shot, be direct.
Yeah, they gotta be direct.
No.
Don't
We
slide,
do. We
but
do.
don't slide in someone's DM being like, hi. No.
Nah, high's crazy.
Don't do that. Like, if you're gonna slide in my DMs, be like, hey, I've seen you like doing this. Do you want to go to this event? Or I saw that you're really into this and I saw this and I thought of you. Like, I think that is like, one time a guy slid my DMs, I always post me, like, I have a bookshelf. I love books. I love reading. One time he sent me a book recommendation.
I'm gonna tell you what I think guys
That's a good
do
good way.
wrong. Do
Yes.
wrong.
That's a good way.
And I'm not saying I'm the dating master, but me and you have had this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I equate dating to business. So have your business on real quick, Justin. The way I see it is if I see a woman that I'm fond of or attracted to online,
Mm-hmm.
the first thing that I want to do is establish that the feeling is mutual.
Yes.
Most men that I speak to
Yes.
do not do that.
I don't think most men care.
Yeah.
Talk to
Yeah.
them. The ego is too huge.
Yeah, they don't care if you like them or not. They think that they can do something to make you like them.
I feel like every man
Damn,
thinks
that's the
that
worst strategy.
they can bag whatever they look at. That's another problem. They think they got it like that. They think they him and they not him.
Men think having money and designer makes them him.
Talk to them.
Until I start asking you questions about who you are and what your purpose is, and
That
you can't
designer
answer.
cannot unlame you.
It can't. I don't care about your Dior,
You paid $1,500 for
and
a
you're
shirt,
still a loser.
and you're still a bum.
Okay.
Boo.
Men-
All right. We got that. But what's the common ground? What has a guy done to sweep you off of your feet?
Let's hear this.
Ooh, this actually happened. I hate him. He's blocked, so he's not going to see this unless he watches it. Then
Damn.
hi. But I was going on vacation, and it was like I tweeted, "Oh, I want 2 bouquets a month," and he knew that I was about to leave for a week on vacation. So when he picked me up to go on like, I think it was like a cafe or something. He had a birthday bouquet of roses and then just a regular bouquet. So he got me like 48, 50 roses. And it was like, I was like beaming from ear to ear. Like that, like I was like very.
How long did you guys date and what made it end?
I think that was our second date. And it ended because he had a dog with his ex. And he said that they were sharing custody of the dog.
Sharing custody with fucking pets is crazy.
Women, he's not sharing custody with the dog. He's fucking his ex in a parking lot when he goes to pick the dog. Okay? So, yeah, that's why it ended.
I've never heard that before in my life, bro.
It's the truth.
Sharing custody with a pet is crazy, bro.
Men are insane. As you get older, I swear, as I've gotten older and improved myself, the situations that men present me with are absolutely insane.
That is crazy. Custody.
Absolutely insane.
Having a custody battle over a pet is
a little
insane,
ugly ass dog.
I was having this conversation with a shorty last night. She was saying that she was dealing with a dude and on 3 separate occasions, the same bitch popped up.
Oof.
3 times.
Oof.
That's his bitch.
Oof. Oof. That's crazy.
I don't tell men this when they start talking to me. If there are other women in the picture, just leave me out.
I think that
I don't do that.
Yeah, I understand that. A lot of women are extremely turned off by that. The thing is, the things that attract women and the things that keep women can sometimes be different. That's
just show me why you got to be number one.
You talking about your shorty?
Yeah.
And that's why you always make sure he's number 5.
Oh, well, you have an issue with making yourself number one?
I'm not auditioning. This is not this is not theater. It's not a movie. I'm not auditioning for you.
See,
you see the material. You see the person I am. You want to get to know me better. Get to know me better.
See, I think you're a beautiful woman inside and out. You have a wonderful personality. It's
nice.
Just that. That's what I have an issue with. A lot of women have that part of their mindset that I hate that shit.
Why is everything auditioning though?
Because
that's what dating is.
I don't want to waste my time.
I feel like I feel like there's zones on the planet. You go to the gym, you look, dress, and act in a certain manner. You go to a business meeting, you look, dress, and act in a certain manner. You're courting a woman, vice versa. You look, dress, and act in a certain manner.
But I will say
I just
this.
don't think that. Why would I date a woman that I'm not trying to be the best for?
White women don't go through this. White women don't go through this.
How would you know?
How would you know that?
Because they don't. I talk to them. They don't go through this. They don't go through all of this auditioning bull crap. A man sees them. They say, hey, can I get to know you? Let me take you out. It's not, can you earn flowers?
No. I think it's the perspective though. Because, and I'm not saying, I don't want to bring it to race with white women or anything like that. I just want to talk about women in general. Mm-hmm. Most women have the mindset that you just had.
What? That I don't want to audition?
Yeah.
Why should I?
Exactly.
So I'm not making you audition.
What?
How do we make men audition?
You have, I just told you have to show up and conduct yourself in a certain manner.
Yeah, but when you say audition, right, it's to get something, right? So when you say, I want a woman to audition, I want her to work for certain things.
I'm not going to say those words and say those things out loud.
Though.
But exactly. And that's my issue with most people on the planet is
the best girl win.
I've made myself comfortable with the truth. I have a feeling that you would say something like, you don't like transactional dating. My thing is all dating is transactional. That's
You're trying to get something out of it.
I want to start based on the truth. A lot of people live in fantasies.
So what's the transaction when you first go on a first date? What are you trying to attain?
Conversation, see if she's reciprocating, see if she actually wants to understand who I am and vice versa.
It's not sex.
No, sex has nothing to do with it.
I want to see if you're worth my time.
Now, he's an asshole, so he says it in an asshole way, but that's what it is. That's the reality on both sides.
I think, but when you
it's just he's too direct with it, and you don't acknowledge
somebody
it.
that I really fuck with, I don't want to fuck him.
But my thing is if everything is transactional, it really does just take out the genuineness of dating, you know?
No,
it
you
takes
could be
out,
you could be genuine and still be transactional.
but how? If it's constantly, well, if I do this, they better do this back, or I'm not doing that anymore.
No,
all right,
that's not that.
See,
sense.
I hear how you're hearing the word transactional, but
But that's how it's registering
You're
in
still
my
gonna
head.
get something, but it doesn't have to be immediately. That's what I'm trying to say.
That doesn't work for women though. That has historically not. So many women have stuck around with a man and they say, okay, I'm going to eventually get you this. I'm going to eventually get you that. And that's how you end up with nothing.
that's why we were saying earlier that women do fall in love with words, and you guys need to get your discernment up. Because I could see real quick if a dude just wants to
why, if I know I like flowers, why would I continue to date a man that's going to buy me flowers and just hope that maybe one day he does it when I could just go out and find a man that's just going to
absolutely. That's what I'm saying.
But flowers are something that's easy.
Right.
So like
men are going to do it to get sex.
That's true. But if I'm doing something like flowers is like, it's whatever.
That's small.
Yeah,
right.
It's small. I'm saying like you have to lead up to more things. Like it's transactional in a way that you're getting something along the way. Now, it doesn't have to be materialistic things.
Right.
It could be a conversation. It could be, you know, an emotional partner. Like you get those things along the way. But it doesn't have to be instant. You're not getting everything right up front.
I agree. I mean, everything right up front is love bombing. So that's really not even real.
True. Very true.
I just don't, my issue with dating and why I've been single so long is that whole like, I'm not good with deciding, oh, I can't do this because they're not doing this, or they took 3 hours to text back. So now I got to take 4 hours. All of that is just annoying. A lot of mental games. And I don't want to play mental games. I just want a situation where, hey, I like you, you like me, let's spend time together, let's get to know each other, and let's make each other happy. All of that complicated strategy, I want to do strategy at my job. I don't want to do it in my bedroom.
Talk to him.
Yeah, very good point. Would you say that most of the men that you come across act like that?
Yeah, because I think that's just society. I think society has told men that they don't have to do so much, or that women are asking for things that they're not deserving of. And do I think that there are a lot of women out there that are asking for shit that they don't deserve? 110%. But then there are women out there that do their own work, clock in every day, take care of themselves. That girl deserves it.
Absolutely.
Why do I have to fight? I know, and especially it's hard when you're a woman that knows herself and knows who you are and what you offer. That's why that whole auditioning, and it does not sound right to me, because the type of person I am, I'm going to do all that naturally. You don't have to make me audition for it. You don't have to tell me certain words or press a certain button and make me act a certain way. I'm going to love you that way because I want to love you that way.
See, I hear that. It's just, I mean, I know it's hard to find a person that you really want to rock with, but everything that you're saying makes sense. You're a pretty girl. It makes me think that there has to be something wrong there, because I know many of guys who would take that deal. That's what I don't get.
I think sometimes, though, it's one thing, a concept, right? But to actually practice it in real life, a disciplined person, I want someone that's disciplined. I don't want you to sit on your ass all the time. But when you actually tell a man and say, hey, maybe you should try this, or maybe I think you've been lacking in this. A lot of men don't want to hear that. They don't want to have someone, because I want someone that's going to check me, and I want to be able to check you. I've dealt with men that don't want to be checked, that they think they are doing everything right and everything's working for them.
I feel you, and you're still fairly young.
Right.
You're still fairly young. So I understand that. It's just, I know I do a lot of projecting, but at least a lot of the men that I know, I don't get the vibe off of them that they act the way that you're saying. But
you understand, like, a man being your friend is one thing, but a man in a relationship is a whole different monster. It's a whole different ballgame. Who I am as a friend, who I am when I'm sitting here with you guys, completely different to who I am with a man that I'm dating, you know? And I think we've had that conversation. Certain things brings out certain sides. A man could be a great father, per se, as a great example, and be a horrible husband. And that's just the truth. We see it all the time. I mean, Martin Luther King was out here. Give us an example of that. Martin Luther King was having sex with women on Curtis Scott. but he led a movement. We wouldn't be where we are without Martin Luther King. He was a horrible husband, though. He was always cheating on his wife. But he was a great leader, a great father, horrible husband. And that is one thing with men. Sometimes we really do have to accept that duality, is that he can be very bad in other places. And sometimes men are just not good with relationships, but they have a great purpose outside of being a great husband or whatever. But that's just the truth. I've met many men that are great in other aspects of their life, do amazing things. Shitty partners, worst partners ever. But they do amazing things. And maybe they should focus on that and not being in a relationship.
That's a good perspective.
What makes a man a shitty partner?
I think my thing is are you intentional with me? Like, okay, I hate car stuff. Anyone that knows me I do not like going to get oil changes. I hate going to the car wash, something like that. I would love a man that sets himself apart for me. And the longest man I ever dated was a man that always made sure if my car needed maintenance or anything like that, he would be like, all right, I'm going to take your car this day to make sure this gets done. That intentional kind of behavior kept me. Him just taking my car just to get a car wash because he knows I hate that made me love him even more because he was able to show up for me in a way that I couldn't show up for myself. Because I can get up and go to work in the morning. I pay my own car note. I pay my own car insurance. I'm going to do all that on my own. Can you at least take my shit to the car wash? Can you do something for me? Can you benefit me in some kind of way? And I feel like sometimes with women and just men too, sometimes we ask for so much, but we don't even have the basis to be asking for that.
I'll just say that you need to know your partner.
You do.
Yeah, yes.
You do.
That's what I don't get.
And people fail to not get to know their partner, and they don't care to alleviate certain things that their partner don't like to do.
It's just the way that, and this is what I was saying to Shorty on the phone earlier. You remind me of the same tendency. You speak a lot about the things that you don't like. Like you focus on those things more. Not saying that you haven't brought up any positive qualities. It's just, I don't see how someone could be successful in dating when they're always looking to disqualify. That's I don't do that. Of course there's red flags and stuff, but I look for green flags.
I agree, but I think sometimes as women, it's hard to find that balance because sometimes if we're not looking for the red flags, we don't see them because we're so into him. He does this really amazing thing.
That is true.
And women, sometimes if we don't focus on those red flags, we're going to act like they're not there. See, what you're saying is different. You're saying, I see your red flags, but I'm going to focus on your green flags. You're acknowledging both sides. With women, sometimes we will not acknowledge those red flags. We will just stay focused on the green flags and that's it. And that's a problem. And there's a balance between that. But I think as a woman, sometimes finding that balance means you got to go to the other extreme, which means as soon as I see the red flag, I got to go. And then you work your way up. I mean, that's how I was. And now I'm working my way up to, okay, I see a red flag, but can I speak to you about it first? Can we work it out first? But 3 years ago, Precious, hell no. One red flag, I'm out the door.
Accountability, I respect it.
I've changed. Not too clapping.
Okay.
I fucking love it.
Jazz, we on a roll right now. Anything else? I got him here too.
Let me see. This is a good question.
Get right.
And since you're a pretty lady, I'm gonna say this, but it doesn't probably relate to you. Pretty women think that just because they're pretty, men are supposed to throw logic out the window.
That's how you feel?
That's how I feel.
I'm a gorgeous woman and I need logic to always be in the room.
See, she's different. But there's a lot of you women out there.
Okay, so elaborate on why you think that is.
So just because you're pretty, I'm just supposed to become Superman and just do anything for you just because you're pretty. Get the fuck out of here.
There's millions of pretty girls. What else?
Like I'm supposed to just accept anything because you're pretty.
I mean, that's like sex work. You should just be a sex worker if you think like that.
See, I hear you. And I do somewhat agree. But this is what I mean by the internet and real life are totally different. Most women that I deal with in person, they want to contribute. They want to be cooperative. They want they respect me.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I hear what you're saying, but I guess, like I said,
Okay, so
I look for green flags.
I got
so
another-
if it's a lot of red flags, I'm not even. I got
another question.
I know how to be indifferent.
So how do you get respect as a man from a woman?
Now,
I'm gonna stop myself.
okay. Now, when I
man.
say this, fellas, this might piss a lot of y'all off, but it's the truth. You have to respect yourself. That's how you get respect from other women.
Yeah, I don't respect a man that has sex with a bunch of different women.
You have to respect yourself. You have to be an ambitious, hygienic man. That's pretty much it. It's very simple.
I'd say
It's
this.
not easy, but it's simple.
I don't think you can get someone to respect you. I think respect comes from your aura. I have never had to demand respect, but everyone respects me when I walk in a room. It's just it.
That's true. And I'll also say this. As a man, if you want to get a lady to respect you, you got to leave when she start talking that bullshit.
Yes, definitely.
I think you were talking about submission and not respect.
No, not submission, because I don't want anything. Just the fact that you're not going to belittle me or do nothing crazy around me. Like, once that shit start happening, I'm gone.
You know what I noticed? And that is so motherfucking true. Men disrespect themselves for pussy.
Yes, very much so.
They
Yeah.
They put up with a lot of shit that they shouldn't be.
I was
putting
at
up
the
with.
gym. Exactly. I was at the gym before this. Now, I don't know anything about this background with these dudes or anything like that. And I'm not saying just end your marriages off some shit that I just said. But I'm on the treadmill and it's this guy next to me and then it's his girl next to him. And I was on the treadmill for about 30 minutes. The whole conversation. Oh, she was just nagging him and just disrespecting him. Like, I know he felt embarrassed being next to me. Like, she brought up something about one of their kids or some kid that they are associated with. I don't know if it was their kid, but she was like, oh, so-and-so had a teddy bear and they wouldn't take it out their mouth. It was just as big as your head. Like, right after she was just continuously dissing him. Like, oh, you can't do this. And when I ask you to do something, you should just do it. Da, da, da. Like, and I'm like, I understand that, but
Not in public, bro.
yeah.
But
like,
he hates himself. You know that, right? Like, no one that actually values themselves is going to listen
gonna
to
stay
someone
in that.
to grade them like
yeah,
that.
it's gonna stay in that. And don't get me wrong, you know, there's banter, there's fun, but I felt like you were talking about earlier, I felt the vibes. Like, this dude was walking the treadmill, he had his head down, like he seemed like he
That's
couldn't
very sad.
put his foot down.
Yeah, you got to put your foot down to get
But
respect.
that's abuse. Just saying, like that.
It is.
She was abusing him. She was verbally abusing him.
Yeah.
And I think the thing is that men sometimes don't realize they're being abused.
Yes, they tolerate it
woman-
because they want the ass, or they want the continuous ass that you get in a relationship.
My thing is like, I'll meet a man, right? And he'll be like, yeah, she used to throw stuff at me, blah, blah, blah. Why did you not leave the first time she threw something?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why did you go back? I don't understand.
I mean,
that.
I know why. Maybe as a woman, you don't know why, but as a man, I know why. It's hard to get women. When you get one, you throw all of that lot, like you said,
It's
out
that
the window.
amnesia pussy, bro.
Just be alone. There is a quality woman out there that is going to use her words and not throw things and call you out your name. And I also think it's just about how does she act outside of you, right? Like, if you know a girl, she's always on social media calling everyone all types of bitches and hoes, she's gonna call you all types of bitches and hoes. She's cursing you out.
Talk to
You
them.
should see
Men.
how they are outside of that, outside of
Men.
the relationship.
Man, stop letting that pussy give you amnesia, bro. Stop it.
Just forget all their boundaries, their morals, their values, their respect. It just go
Everything
all
out the window over pussy is crazy, bro. Like,
God made that shit perfect. I'm not gonna lie though. He made that shit perfect.
he did. It's beautiful.
Does every vagina feel the same?
No,
No,
everything feels different.
no. But
There's some top
I would
tier and
say
there's some good bad.
say every woman's level of interest varies. So
Okay. So if she has more interest, that makes the sex better.
yeah,
If she's willing
it
to
makes
do
her
more.
wetter, and is more chemistry in the sex. Yes.
I mean, yeah, because women we're very stimulated from our minds. So if our minds are stimulated, then we're more stimulated down there.
absolutely. Absolutely.
A lot of pretty girls, they just think that just being pretty is just, make your shit good. No.
Now, I'm a ride for the men because I just went in on y'all. Another issue that I have with a lot of women, not all of them, but a lot. She just said that the way you fall in love or get a woman to fall in love and, open up to you is through her mind.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that 1000%. But this is why I say that dudes' lives could be a little bit harder because you can't see someone's mind. You can't see what they want. You can't read their mind, which I feel like a lot of women assume. Now you can get better at knowing your partner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can do that.
But
this is my issue with women. Most men are the same. Most men are very simple. And it's really hard to find a quality woman that will just satisfy the simple needs that I have.
What are your simple needs?
Show up, cooperate, acknowledge the fact that I'm working hard and grinding to create a better life for us. So maybe a back massage, maybe, and I'm not saying I won't reciprocate, but they take it as, oh my good. Like as soon as, if you ask for it, it's like, I kind of get
Damn, you dealing with girls that don't want to give you a back massage.
Or some head. Like
that's hell. That is hell.
I'm not saying, saying that.
Asking for head is crazy.
Shut up.
What I'm saying is something happened in society around the time when social media sparked to where women see certain basic gestures they can do for their partner as slavery.
Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. I get it. I get what you're saying, but I also feel like what the quality of woman you're dating, right? Like if a guy tells me I had a hard day, my back hurts, I'm going to say, do you want a massage? Like, that's just like simple.
Absolutely.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, that's how it should be. But most women aren't like that.
I think women are like that. They don't feel safe enough to be like that. I think a lot of women want to do those things, but they don't feel safe enough.
That could be true.
What would make them feel unsafe to not do those things?
I think any woman that thinks that you're messing around with other women are not going to do those extra things. And I know I am one of them. If I feel like you messing around with a bunch of other girls, no, I'm not giving you a back massage. Call her to give you a back massage.
Okay.
But if I feel like you're truly valuing me,
that makes sense.
Then yeah, I'm going to do those things. You're valuing me.
That does make sense because a lot of relationships where that honeymoon phase is perfect. But now I haven't been in a relationship for a long time, and I'm a different man now, but I want to extend that honeymoon phase throughout the relationship.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
That's a great question.
I think it's keeping the spark alive and doing new things together, putting yourself in I always tell, I had this one friend and she was like on the brink of breaking up with her boyfriend. I was like, don't do that. Don't break up with your man. Get a cabin, go up to the woods in a state you've never been and spend the whole weekend there. And it made them reconnect in a whole different way. Because
that's some beautiful advice.
It took them out of a whole different environment.
That's wonderful advice, Precious.
That is needed in every relationship.
Yeah, you have to.
But, and this is what I'm going to say again.
You're right.
The world does not allow for that.
How so?
All the time.
How so?
Because, like I said, everything is fucking expensive.
Oh, you mean like the actual paying for the cabin?
Yeah,
because
but
the time.
And it's not really the paying for the cabin because you can have the money.
Yeah, I know. The time. Yeah.
The time constraints. Because it's like, I got to go make this to do this to pay this bill. And it's like, bro, and they're just continuously raising shit.
But you're going to make it a priority though. If you're serious about that relationship, you have to make priority to have that time.
Now I hear that, and I will, and I've tried
That's why
my
I don't
best.
want to get in a relationship.
But it's exactly because, like I said, you can't see a woman's mind, so she could be in the house building up this animosity, and you should know your woman, but she could be building up this animosity to you, and you not even really know it, because most women that I deal with don't even confront things.
I'll put it like this. If every man had that bag, right, and he's a sensible, caring man, he's always going to make that time for his wife.
I agree.
But then when priorities come first, you got to understand that men put away those things for the priority. The man that's actually smart.
And the reason why we kind of, I don't want to use the word anger, but we kind of get that misunderstanding from women is because us putting so much time towards the priorities is a form of us showing love.
Yeah, it is.
That's what and then you guys get mad at us for it. Yeah, that's the thing that I want women to understand about us. Like,
because put like this, I'm not gonna sit here and be working all these long ass hours and not getting sleep just to make money. No, I'm doing it so that in the future we don't have to ever worry about those things.
I feel
and that's what most females don't understand.
But you can't take a day like out of the month and just
I hear you, and I'm pretty sure it's a lot of men that don't even give you any.
They don't.
Yeah, I hear that.
Nah, that's true.
I respect you being busy. I want you to be busy. You're supposed to be. We're in our late 20s. We're building right now. We're supposed to be doing things. But I think making time for someone just really shows that you care. Yeah. You know, it really shows that you want to be available. And I don't think it's something you have to do every week. I mean, like, okay, I have a master's program. I go to school and I'm traveling back and forth to Manhattan 4 days a week. You're not seeing me during the week. You're not. It's just not going to happen. I'm tired. It's not going to happen. I will make sometimes 1 week in a month. It's a homework weekend. I'm not leaving the house that weekend. I have to do homework. I have to do projects.
And
I can't date someone that doesn't understand that.
Okay.
And that is good.
I have a real honest question, because I haven't been in a relationship for a while. Do you think that there's a relationship that could work where the woman at least takes not full initiative, but takes initiative on planning dates and stuff? Do you think that you could date a guy that he sat you down and was like, look, I got a lot going on. I really like you. I don't mind spending time with you, but just honestly, it's hard for me to schedule out, like plan out dates and stuff. I'll go with you on those dates. We could have maybe we go out once a week, but you know, most of the time it would make it a lot easier on my plate if you pick the place.
I'm a control freak, so yes, I'm with all of that. Just make sure you plan my birthday accordingly.
Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
I'm done. That's actually.
I needed to hear that from a woman's mouth.
Just birthday and Valentine's Day. Everything else in between, I'm good.
That's actually. I have no problems with that.
Yeah,
I have no.
You see what happens when you have conversations with women? You're just like, there is that level of understanding that can be had.
Absolutely.
If you take out all the stupid buzzwords. And that's why I don't like certain words. I'm like, just don't use it in a conversation. Because the moment you use it, people are going to get angry. They're just going to get mad. That's like the 50-50 conversations. The moment someone hears 50-50, they're mad. They're angry.
And you know what's crazy? And I don't think I'm ever going to change because I'm a direct person. I'm going to say whatever the fuck I feel like saying.
I feel you on that. And you gotta, I feel you on that.
And you got to understand that the way how you have to understand me as a person to understand the things that I say are not like a bash or it's just the way how I talk. So if I say something, it's directly what it is. Don't think of anything else around it.
Absolutely. It's someone out there for everybody. So you'll find a woman that understands that about you. I believe that.
I have stopped dating men by the way they talk. If you just speak a certain kind of way, like if you always speaking to me like we in a business meeting, it's not gonna work.
Elaborate.
Yeah, elaborate on that.
I think women, if you've dated men that have their own business or anything like that, it's very hard for them to turn that off. They are always in that mindset. So you could be telling him just a problem and he's going to give you the most realistic solution. And that is not what you were looking for. Like, you're looking to just rant and he's going to give you the most, and you're like, all right, bro, like, I just want to rant. Like, I just want to vent to you. And sometimes it's very hard for businessmen to turn that off.
It took me damn near my whole 20s to understand that about women. I'm not going to lie. That's so true.
I'm going to give a solution for that because I have that problem too. So whenever she wants to rant, just be like, okay, baby. That's crazy.
Yeah,
don't say nothing. Just don't say nothing else. Don't think of a solution. Don't think about a business plan of how you're gonna fix that problem. She don't want to fix that
now,
problem.
if she says, "What should I do, babe? What do you think I can do?"
Oh yeah,
then
I'm they've been labeling
that's
that a
your
whole
door.
business problem.
That sounds like I love you to a man. I swear, a woman coming to me asking me what should I do?
Like,
oh
yeah,
my,
baby, let's do this.
Oh my
Listen to
goodness.
me, Ella, I'm still trying
Let's
to
write
understand that about men because I'm so hyper independent. So it's very hard for me to ask.
We like to solve
anything.
problems.
That's what we do. That's what we do.
solvers.
That's like I said, that's like saying I love you to a dude. We want to feel needed. We really do.
Yeah, that's really what it is.
Ask them for things, guys.
Yep.
Ask them for $1,000.
No, don't ask her for $1,000 because you ain't getting over here, baby. Sorry. The most I'll do is put $1,000 in a 401k plan for your Roth IRA.
That's
Okay, all right.
insane.
Okay, let's see.
I mean, it's gonna build, and you're gonna get money that way.
I already have a 401k. Thank you very much.
Well, then you're gonna get a 514B plan. You know, get another investment.
I'll take a Chanel.
Chanel's crazy.
What do you believe are the most important factors in a long-term relationship? Everything is so short-term on IG now. As soon as somebody got a red flag, cut them off, never talk to them again, block them, fuck this nigga, fuck that bitch. What's something like, how can we compromise?
I'll say two things. Well, I mean, you just said one.
Forgiveness.
Compromise, understanding, and tolerance. And the tolerance should go up as the years go on.
I'm going to disagree with that.
I think...
Okay, why?
Tolerating what? Like, what do you mean what are we tolerating?
The person.
All right, but that's different from I tolerate my man that snores every night. I can tolerate that versus I tolerate a
Cheating.
man, right? Or I tolerate.
But that's an extreme though. Like
That is an extreme, true.
I mean, but have you seen like you guys are not women, but every Mother's Day there are a slew of women that go viral on TikTok for talking about how their man never gets them anything for Mother's Day.
Yeah,
and
but
then,
that's what I was saying before. Like, that's just focusing on negative shit because there's always going to be the opposite to that too.
I mean, there is always going to be the opposite, but also he's saying your tolerance should go up. And that's what those women are saying also. Their tolerance have went up for him not showing up and not doing things even though you want him to.
Mm-hmm.
Why does your tolerance have to constantly increase?
The tolerance has to increase because you guys already put in so many years into that relationship. So why would you let it go by the wayside? But then again, the tolerance does have a boundary on if there's something that you really want and you're not getting it, you're tolerable to keep on with that relationship till you get it, but for only so long. So like for me, right, I'd say this. My tolerance is at 0 once the relationship starts. Because I'll leave over it, like literally dumb shit, right?
Okay.
But if I'm in that relationship for a longer period of time, all that dumb shit that does happen, I'm going to be tolerable to stay in that relationship, right? But for only such a period of time. So my tolerance goes up as the years go on or as the months go on because I already took this time out to get to know you and to build this. So I'm not going to want it to let it go to the wayside over dumb shit.
Absolutely. See, and I think we had this conversation before. I do agree with that. It's just as I get older, I enforce my boundaries a little bit more. So I understand the tolerance. Yeah, I understand it. You know what I think it is? And this is something I've been trying to personally do in my own life. That's why I feel like my answer to this question is it's pretty good. But I think a lot of people show up in dating worried about the other person more than they're worried about themselves. Mm-hmm. For my 30s, I've been trying to worry about myself more than the person that I'm dating.
I do that now.
I don't want to change them too much. If I'm dating you, there's already some sort of potential that I like. All I'm really looking for now is like, all right, what would make me not marry this person?
I would say
because I'm attracted. We get along.
Can we coexist together? That's my biggest thing.
That is true.
Because dating somebody, and especially if you don't live with them, is different from living with them.
I'm gonna tell you what I think the number one issue is, and this is why I think my answer to this question is pretty interesting. I just want to stay curious about my partner. I think that when you get with somebody, you start getting comfortable. That's that's always the issue.
Yeah.
That's always the issue. It's not that y'all not compatible or anything like that anymore. It's just that you stop showing up and project it on the other person.
I mean, I think it also depends on like the individual, right? Because sometimes people get into relationships and they get so comfortable that they stop exploring new things. They stop doing the things they like to do. They stop trying new hobbies. They stop their hobbies at all, you know? And I think if you're not constantly exploring yourself, how can you or your partner explore you? How can you get to know new parts of me if I'm not meeting new parts of me? It starts individually. It starts inside versus in your relationship.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
Talk to him.
I agree with that. I think that every human being is a point of view, and we keep on gaining different perspectives. And when you're dating somebody, you assume that they still have the same point of view that they had when you met them. And that's just stupid to think that. Everybody changes. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I just want to grow and change with the person.
And also, if you're not growing with your partner over the years, then something's wrong.
Yeah.
Because you should be changing as a person every single year.
Yeah.
You should be glowing together.
And you should be interested in the person that they're changing to.
Yes.
If you're not interested into the person that you're changing to anymore, then you end it.
I think but what you just said is actually very profound. Interest. I think a lot of people are not interested in their partner. They don't care about the new hobby that their partner is doing.
Yes, exactly.
But I think that's the point. Like, even if like I've dated people, I don't care about video games. I don't. I will listen to you talk about it. I will watch you stream whatever you want to do. And I've had to learn that I may not care about your interests, but I love you, so I have to show interest in your interests. That's just life.
Talk to him. That's. I think that's what both genders are asking for.
It is. We do. We need to show genuine interest in one another.
And it's kind of difficult now if you're not self-aware enough to know that the cell phones and the social media and all that shit is stripping that shit from us. Mm-hmm. I see it every single day, and I fucking hate that shit. I don't see how you could be around your partner and just be in your phone. I think that small little gesture is so disrespectful.
It is.
It's crazy. I did not know that was really like a thing until I like talked to like my friends, and they're like, yeah, he was on his phone the whole time. I'm like,
yeah, that's crazy.
Maybe I just really date people that are really into me, and I'm just a really interesting person. I talk a lot, but when I'm with someone, I don't see my phone for hours. And neither do that.
Absolutely.
I feel like it's disrespectful for me to, because again, I'm a person that works a lot. So when you do have my time, it's very sparingly.
Yeah.
So my thing is that I'm going to give you my full attention, and that's to anybody. Like, I don't look at my phone at all. And the crazy part is, like, we're businessmen, right? We need to look at our phones to have, business conversations and stuff like that. I make sure that that's done before I get there.
Absolutely.
Or if I do have to engage in that, I'll let the person know. But besides that, I'm not on my phone.
Absolutely. I agree. Now, to piggyback off of what Precious said, in the beginning, they love bombing you. They showing you the beginning. The phone don't even exist. Mm-hmm. But as it goes on, as the entrance wanes, the phone start coming out, shit start happening. And I think that our generation, millennials and the ones that come after us, our biggest obstacle is ourselves.
Yeah.
We need to learn to, do I really want to be with this person? I'm not just going to expect them to know what I want. I have to be genuinely interested in what they want. And hopefully I chose someone who is the same way. If that isn't a truth in our relationship, then we don't need to be together.
Pick a partner that's willing to learn you.
Yeah.
Without you having to say it.
I talk about this a lot on my podcast and talk about self-mastery, but I really do think the most important thing and why I think my personal dating journey failed for so many years is I didn't like myself. And if you don't like yourself, it's going to be very hard to find someone that likes you.
That is very
And
true.
you're also not going to be able to spot a bad person because you're just going to be so happy that finally someone likes you because you're such an unlikable person. You have to like yourself.
You grew up with both of your parents?
No, I grew up with neither of my parents. So I also think
yeah, you said your sister.
Yeah, that also just leaves this kind of like hole in you where you're kind of searching for things. And I always like women, if you have like, especially, okay, I'm kind of extreme. I don't have either of my parents, but I know a lot of women that don't have a father. And sometimes when you don't have a father, you're always looking for that father figure in men and you don't even know it. You have to break free from that. Because he's not your father. He's not supposed to be your father. He's not going to fill that hole for you.
I'm daddy.
He's not.
No, I'm daddy, but
yeah, I'm daddy.
I'm not your father, though.
I'm daddy in other ways, but not that daddy.
fill your own holes and do your own work. If you're a woman that had a very traumatic early life, you should not be dating early on in your 20s. And that is the biggest mistake I made. I should have spent my early 20s focusing on me and being a better person and liking me. And because I didn't, I attracted all the wrong people in the process.
I will say this to piggyback off of that. Before you take anyone else serious,
take yourself serious.
Find yourself first.
Yeah.
Know who you are. Because you won't be able to be the true person of yourself and to be there for your other partner if you don't know yourself.
Do y'all think those high school relationships that we seen where they got married right after high school, do you think those...
Rare as fuck.
Very rarely even lasted.
No, I'm saying, do you think those people like are still together? And
I know they're not. I follow them.
No.
They're not.
They don't know themselves in high school,
No.
bro. It takes... I feel like real people don't get to know themselves until like 24, 25.
Oh, hell yeah.
It took me way motherfucking longer.
The version of the person I am now is not a woman I ever thought it would be. Ever.
I respect that.
Because 20, I would say like 23, I like came into my confidence with myself.
Yeah, you're extremely mature for your age, bro.
Thank you.
I have to tell you that.
But now that I'm 26...
I was a degenerate at your age.
Yeah, because I was a degenerate early, that's why. But I feel like me at 26, like 23 was me getting to know myself and only really caring about myself. And now that I'm this age, I'm starting to understand the situation of other people and trying to see other people's point of view. So okay. I try to have that balance. At 23, I didn't have that balance.
This is the age where we start to understand the people around us, like our parents and our family members and why they do the things they do.
That is a fact.
And understanding that really does bring you a very deep, profound understanding because it makes you realize that they are just people.
Talk to them. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and I would say that don't get married until you're 30.
Yes. That's when I'm going to get married, 31.
Yeah, right, okay.
I don't
married 31.
I'm not getting married until I'm 30.
Pregnant by 32.
Okay, all right.
But 30, I think 30 is a good age to be getting married because at that time you had 30 years to learn yourself and learn people. So 30 years is a long time.
And it happens fast. You meet him by March, engaged by October. Nobody got time to waste.
Or there's another thing I could say, don't put the ring on your finger and keep the relationship alive.
Make him sign a contract.
Yeah, get the prenup with men.
Make him sign a contract. Get your own lawyer, not his lawyer. Don't share a lawyer. Get your own lawyer and make him sign a contract.
Sign that prenup, men. Gotta do it. Sorry.
Okay. Got any more? I got some in here, but you was killing them.
See,
and I feel like I want to hear some questions from her too.
I feel like my questions are a little bit not good for this conversation. I need to.
Yeah, but we've been talking for about an hour and we got through a lot of real shit. I feel like this is a lot of
go ahead, Precious.
Stuff that people could really use to better themselves.
I could see you looking at me and
we could have some fun though. We could troll a little bit.
It does not look good.
What are your opinions on casual sex?
I love it. That's the face that I wanted.
Now, what are your opinions on casual sex? Okay.
Do you think it's something that you should be regularly engaging in?
I think that everybody has different timelines in their life.
Yes.
I
think that men and women both crave sex. I think that the human race knows that. That's why we have.
I feel like all men need to do it.
What?
All men need to do it.
Have casual sex?
Yes.
But who are they going to have sex with if it's not having casual sex with women? Are you guys going to do it to each other?
No, I'm talking about with women.
So then why do y'all shame women for having casual sex then or having a lot of casual sex?
I'm not that kind of guy.
No, I don't really shame them for having that.
I don't believe women should have casual sex. I don't believe women should engage in any casual sex. It has no benefits for us. There is an orgasm gap. These men are not giving you anything and you're not going to come. It's not worth it. Have sex with a man that truly values you. Casual sex is for when you're young in your 20s. It's from 19 to 21. After 21, cut it, invest in yourself, pour that passion into yourself. You're horny, buy a rose. Casual sex after the age of 25 depletes your energy and it steals your feminine energy. Don't do it. That's my opinion. If you're young 20s old, fuck like a rabbit. But after that, stop.
I kind of disagree.
I just
disagree because I feel like that's extremely unrealistic. But
I mean, it is unrealistic. But I mean, when I say casual sex, I mean regularly. I don't think there should be a man you're seeing every week and having sex with him.
Oh, no, it's crazy.
That's not. But
why not?
People don't do it.
Why not though?
People do it, but I think that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Why?
What? That women are having sex every week with a different man? That's crazy.
No, with the same man.
With the same man.
Oh, that's different. That's not that bad.
I don't believe in exchanging energy like that with someone that's not your partner. Because eventually, as much as you're going to say, oh, we're not going to take it there, we're not going to take it there, you're going to take it there.
Which
Because
is true.
that's
most
what's
women
going
do.
to
Most
happen.
women
Which
do.
is true.
Yeah, most women do.
But you understand some women try to
But-
say, oh, I'm not going to do that. Oh, I'm not like that. No, it's going to
I
happen,
will
babe.
say
And be
this.
fair to yourself.
For women, they shouldn't be doing that. And for men, they should. They shouldn't, but they should. Reason being, I'm going to say this. Men were a certain way, right? We crave sex. And we crave it from different women. Even if we don't engage in it, we do. Like, oh, we see a girl right here. Oh, she's bad, whatever. I want to fuck her.
Okay.
But do we engage in it? Probably not for most men. But if you can, do it. Get it out your system. Because once you want to take somebody serious, then you have it. You've done it already. You wouldn't be craving it after.
Okay.
Because
So you think men should just stick their penis in any woman that's also willing to open her legs to them? That's what you just said.
Yes.
I just think that
It's how the STD rates.
I think that
Please.
people should be mature.
That too.
I just think that
You should know what you want.
now I understand what she was saying. Most women are gonna catch feelings. A lot of dudes don't, but some guys will catch feelings too. So you're playing in a really you're playing in a playground that's gonna be a little bit hard to navigate. But I would say be honest. Let the other person know what you want.
Yeah.
I do think that there's women out there that, just
Because
wanna-
everybody's different, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Some women
different.
do just be fucking.
Yeah, and that doesn't make them a hoe.
No.
No.
It's not that
Unless you
it's
got like
not
100
that,
bodies, and that's crazy. But
It's not that the fucking actually makes them a hoe. It's the where are you in life right now? Your timeline.
Yeah.
That's
So you can't be a 28-year-old hoe?
no. I mean, it's not age, but I mean the priorities and what do you have going on in your
like
life?
as a man, you shouldn't be having casual sex if you're not established in life. That's how I feel.
I feel like that's unrealistic too.
That is unrealistic.
If you're not established in life, you shouldn't be having casual sex. So you tell me you're a bum and you're gonna be still having casual sex?
Bums do be having casual
I mean,
sex.
I was a bum my whole 20s and I had sex all the time.
And
But
I'm saying, like, establish yourself first and then have that casual sex.
that sounds ideal, but what I'm saying is it's not realistic.
I think sex motivates some men to get their shit together.
That is very
it
true.
does.
That is very true.
It does.
But it's a detriment because when you're done with all of that, you're still a bum.
I mean,
You're such an
I
ass.
feel like as long as you're on your way trying to get to where you want to go.
Which, that's what I'm saying, not as fully established, but you have the basic things that you need. You have a job, you have your savings, you have, things going on. Then you can dabble into that. But if you have none of those things, what the fuck are you out here fucking girls for?
I mean, I would
It's-
say,
it's
why are
like-
women fucking them if they have nothing?
All
that too.
I feel like I have to
Which
say the part that's not being said.
Let me say this. What you just said right there, if that was the case, a lot of more men would have their shit together.
Oh, I believe so.
Wait, what did she say?
If women stop having sex with those men, it would motivate
bum
them to
niggas.
do more.
Oh yeah, definitely. I agree.
The bum niggas.
I believe in keeping sex as a way to make a man act right.
Well, no. In a relationship, hell no.
Not in a relationship.
Just
And
dating,
I was
flings.
gonna say, I understand what you're saying, but the way I see it is, if you don't have your shit together and you're having a whole bunch of casual sex, just be aware that the women that are giving it up to you while you're in that situation, don't wife them. Don't make them wifey.
Which is true.
Because any woman that's willing to tolerate a dude that's not on his shit, I don't think she's the woman.
Wait,
Which is-
what do you mean by that?
It's very rare to find a woman that will build with you. So what I'm
I
saying,
mean, that depends on what stepping stone we're starting from building, right? Because if
If
you
you're
sleeping
nothing-
in a car type shit, you shouldn't be asking me to build with you. Like, you should have something. Like, let's say you're in the early stages of building your business. That's building. But like homelessness, that's not like that's a need. That's a human need. You should get your I think what he's trying to say is get your human needs in order first, and then you could want more. But I think that idea, like, no, I don't know. I just don't agree with it. I do think you should have your basis in order first, and then you can want those things. But I don't think necessarily like you have to have everything.
You should,
I'm
you
not
shouldn't
saying
have
that.
$500 to your name and you're out here fucking like every other week.
but niggas are gonna
True.
do it. But niggas,
Niggas
are
are
I
gonna
know,
do it.
and that needs to stop.
But here's the thing. The only reason niggas can do it is because there's women that give them that attention.
Yes.
That's
But
what
you understand, they train us to be that way.
No, but that's why I agree with what you said. You shouldn't be giving guys that don't have anything going for themselves attention. But the reality is it's not gonna stop. That's always gonna happen.
It's not gonna
and you
stop.
can't tell a guy not to partake in someone he's attracted to who's showing him attention.
But this-
no matter what situation he's
but
in
these
his life, he's gonna. Most men are gonna.
But these conversations are not for the entire world to change. We're trying to change some of those men that didn't hear these things.
Yeah, but my thing is, I'm thinking about it from a woman's perspective. I feel bad because there's this gray line of, well, what do I accept of, okay, I can build with him from here, and what's me accepting less? Because what you're saying is, I don't want a woman that's going to accept less from me because then would, but what is less, right? So it makes me think of this tweet. It was a guy, he had a blow up bed, and that was it. He just a blow up bed, no TV, nothing. And it was a bunch of girls in the comments, and they're like, I don't care. I don't care, baby. I'll vibe. Okay, I got Netflix on my phone, da da da. And then other women like me, I was like, no, I don't want to sleep with you on a blow up bed. Wait till you get a real bed. Then maybe we can talk. Like, it's things like that. But I understand why we feel beat up sometimes, because when I say things like that, men get mad at me. They're like, bitch, you expect too much. But then but then on the flip side, you're saying, well, I don't want no girl that sleeps on a mattress with me. But you understand, a man will stay with a girl that sleeps on the mattress with them. And then when they finally get the house and the condo, they leave that girl that was sleeping on the mattress with them.
I believe we live in a world of duality, though. And as I've gotten older, I'm not perfect, but I'm good at seeing there's two types of men and there's two types of women. You just need to choose.
I will say this, though, with the meme that you were talking about, it depends on what he's doing in the meantime.
Yeah.
Like the vision. So if he has that and he's working on something and you can visually see that it's progressing, but this is just a standard right now, you know that you're dating a man that's going to have something. You know what I'm saying? But just to have a blow up bed, just to be doing the same shit and not going anywhere, and why the fuck are you fucking with him?
I also feel like a high value man that respects you is not going to invite you to his blow up bed.
That's another one too, because there's no shot.
He is going to wait until he gets a real bed.
There's no shot that I'm gonna be having a blow up bed in my fucking house with one TV that's not even on the wall yet, and I'm gonna bring a girl over. It's not happening.
It just means he doesn't respect you.
Now, I hear you guys.
I don't care how bad my needs are.
I'm trying to. We speak into the world. There's certain things that aren't going to change. There's always going to be men out there that do that.
No, and that's what I'm saying. We're not trying to change all men, but the certain men.
But my thing is like, you're right. There's always going to be men that do things like that. But then those are the men that get on the internet and claim that they can't find a high quality woman.
Yeah, I don't pay them no mind.
But that's hard though, because those are the men that are the loudest on the internet, you know? Those are the men that will beat you up in the comments about having standards.
What about the men that you know in real life in person? What do those men say? Like me and him right now. Most men talk like this, I would hope.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
You gotta understand, no, the fuck they don't. Very rare breed of men.
No, they don't. A lot of men having this conversation about the blow up bed, they will be like, well, bitch, why can't you lay on the blow up bed?
That's what I'm saying. We're trying to change that shit because it's a real problem. Because there's not men like us.
Yeah, but the thing is that society, especially like a lot of the things on the internet now, teaches men, okay, even if you have a blow up bed, you're still worthy of the most amazing woman ever.
I disagree with that.
No, it's actually the truth. And it's for women too. oh yeah, just accept her how she is because you're worthy regardless of whatever you do. No, bro.
I do not think people are worthy regardless of whatever they do. I do think
Like you gotta
have to
earn that worth. And most people, well, actually put it like this.
give yourself
Most people
the worth.
of today are fucking lazy, bro. They don't want to do anything. So they think that just saying that, oh, you're just worthy just because nobody wants to hurt nobody's feeling today. That's the problem. That's the real problem. And your feelings over facts. That's the reality of today's
That is
world.
true. We do live in a world like that nowadays.
So
Right.
my thing is that we gotta point out all the bullshit. And if it hurts your feelings and it's true, then it's a good thing. Now if it hurts your feelings and it's an opinion, then that's a different thing. But if it's the truth, who gives a fuck about your feelings? I don't care.
Okay.
Because I'll hurt feelings. I don't give a fuck.
So the question was, what's your opinion on casual sex? Concise right now.
Yes, so you should be having it.
No.
As a man.
As a woman, no.
You guys are answering the question, open-ended question with yes and no. I
Okay, so
don't,
you want me to elaborate?
I think it's a subjective question.
want me to
It is
elaborate.
subjective.
It's not objective. So I'm confused with the objective answer.
Okay, so you want me to elaborate on
In
that.
my brain, I mean, okay, I think he's speaking from like himself personally and then myself personally. Personally, for me, casual sex is nothing for me.
Okay.
And personally for me, casual sex gets you to understand certain women, right? And I won't say it cures the natural urge of a man, but you're not going to regret not having that if you've done it already.
It's the flip side for women is we regret having the casual sex
That's what I'm saying.
after.
For men should have it because that's what leads to infidelity and cheating later on if you never had that experience. And for women, they should not have that because if they never was exposed to that, they wouldn't be thinking that because a woman's brain is not thinking to like we are. We're like fucking dogs. You feel what I'm saying?
I've never met a woman where we had like discussions about casual sex where they're not like, yeah, at least once they were like, yeah, I felt dirty after. Like that is a universal feeling of you just feel dirty because you just feel like, oh, I just let this man use me, do all this to me, and he does nothing more for me. Now he's not even gonna text me back.
Now, with that being said, do you kind of understand why there's a lot of men online telling women not to do it?
What, like not have casual sex?
Yeah, like not be hoes.
Yeah, I mean, personally, and I don't know any woman that hasn't, it's a shame sometimes that's really associated with it. Even if you had a good time, even if he is a good guy, even if he's not a bad person, even if he cuddled you after, you still feel this shame because you feel like I just gave away a piece of myself. And I don't think men feel like that some way. Because you said something earlier. You said, men, we need to release energy. With women, it's different. Women, when we have sex, we're taking it in. And we are. We're taking in his penis. We are taking in his energy. All the energy he's releasing is going on to you. And I think sometimes women, if we keep having casual sex with men that probably don't have the best energy, it weighs down on us. Mm-hmm. That nigga that's mad negative, now you're mad negative because you keep letting him fuck on you. No.
Very true. Very fucking true.
So you guys are saying when it comes to casual sex, most of the time, just don't partake in it.
Or have a very high discernment with the, and I'm going to say man, I'm going to say a man that you're having casual sex with. I do not think you should have multiple casual sex partners, and it has nothing to do with slut shaming or being a whore. It is about your energy. Women, our energy is so important. And if you are constantly letting men into your temple, they are fucking up your energy.
I personally believe this is true, but I have to ask a woman. With your friends and just all of the women you know in general, do you think that they use sex to try to lock a guy down?
Yeah, but sex is not going to keep a guy. You can fuck the shit out of him. It's not going to keep him.
That's very true.
Sorry.
I'd have had some women do some crazy things to me. And
Okay, all right, that was a good question. You got any more? The casual sex question was good.
Yeah, actually, you keep going. That was a good question.
Okay. I like this. Why do men entertain / lead women on even if they know they have no interest in her? and they know it's hurting her.
Oh, you know the answer to that.
Yeah, that's just
Other than sex, she's still having sex with him. Other than sex,
there's no
what is a reason why?
There's no other reason.
All right, look.
It's power and ego. They don't want to say it. I'm going to say it for them. It's power and ego. They get off on watching you chase after their breadcrumbs, and it makes them feel better.
Maybe some men do, but I don't believe most men are like that. I'll tell you the answer right now.
This is sex.
I'll see exactly. That's exactly what it is. But I'm gonna tell you why. It's because men and women live in totally different realities. When a woman sees a dude that she's attracted to, and I know this, I had a conversation with a woman about this. She assumes that this man could get whatever he wants, whenever he wants. And that's probably 1% of men on the planet. Is not true. So anytime a guy comes across a girl who is actually willing to give him sex, most of the time he's going to take it. So that's why men use so many tactics to get it, because women have extremely high standards. It's hard for men to get pussy. That's why.
I don't think
now I hear you, but you saying that,
and
it sounds ridiculous to me.
And then it's two different stories, because like, and I had this question with him before. I'm like, line up like 40 men in the room, and let's see which ones really get pussy.
And it's just like for us, when we see a woman that we're attracted to, we assume that she can get a whole bunch of niggas. Now, don't get me wrong, it's easier. But that's not every woman's reality.
No.
For a man, it's every man's reality. If you're not out here on your shit, you're not getting pussy.
Yeah, that's facts.
Yeah, but that are out here, like, you could just be an attractive guy with nothing else to offer, and women will fuck you.
That is true.
Yeah, it's easy for certain men.
But that's rare.
Yeah, it is rare.
But the thing is, it's rare on our side. For women, it's commonplace, because women are only fucking with dudes that they find attractive. So I could see the scales being misaligned, because you guys are looking at it like, oh, I know this dude got this, he could do this, he could do that, because that's how he makes you feel. Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is that dude, that's not happening to him on the regular.
Yeah. And the fact that he's going to continuously lead her on is because he can't find nothing else.
And that's why a lot of men stay in shit.
Yes.
Like, and just with the climate that we live in right now, with the OnlyFans, and I remember when I was young as hell, the first time I seen porn was on my PSP. Like, you see, you have a desire as a man to have
PSP
sex with
porn is crazy.
To have sex with women.
It was on RedTube.
You have a desire with as a man to have sex with women, and the world shows you it. No matter if men or women do it, it's over sexualized. So it's breeding men who are deprived.
Yeah, I would say that completely, because like social media now, especially Instagram, that's all you see. Twitter, that's all you see.
And imagine being in a reality. Now, if this is for you, imagine being in a reality where that's all you see, but there's men out here that haven't had sex in the last
2 years, 3 years.
Yeah. It's that's why I try to gain an understanding.
Where is he at? I'm tired of all the sexual deviants.
They're a sexual deviant too.
Now, wait. No. Here's the
sexual stuff. Like, it makes me feel icky.
Now, this is why, and don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to change a woman's biology or anything like that. And I'm not saying that these niggas aren't doing anything wrong. But that man is the man that you just showed us in your DM. But you don't like him. That's the thing.
I don't want any man that approaches me on some sexual shit. I don't think you take me seriously as a person.
But that guy wasn't, well, I don't know the whole conversation, but from what you said, it seemed like that guy,
he was referring to a sexual fantasy. He was not referring to me actually being beautiful or evaluate. He was focusing on a sexual fantasy.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're true. I mean, you're right. That probably is true. And he's doing a terrible job at hiding it.
Horrible job.
But that's the thing. That's why I try to tell men to become more direct and assertive.
Yeah.
I do think that works on some women. Some women, they're more willing to deal with that. I know me. I blocked a guy yesterday for saying something too sexual. I don't like sexual things. Don't come to me that way. You're never gonna get to know me.
I would say this for men: stop leading with fucking sex first, bro. Like, it's not gonna happen. What I normally do, I like to get to know a person first before I fuck them.
As you should.
I don't really care for it. I mean, of course, if you're having that type of energy, I'm not going to negate it. So I'm going to dabble in that. But that's not my main thing. I like to get to know mine first.
Well, it sounds like you have self-control. I think a lot of men don't have self-control when it comes to sex.
But that's why he was saying that they need to have casual sex. Because think of the reality that I was just telling you about. They have no self-control because they aren't getting it. Yeah. They have no experience.
Okay.
So like for me, I have experience, so I don't care for it anymore at all. So it's like, I don't really be trying to have sex, honestly.
I cannot believe you have sex, Justin. I would have never pictured you doing something like that.
You guys are funny.
I don't.
You guys are funny.
I'm a virgin.
I thought he was a child of God.
I am. I'm a child of God. But like I was saying, the fact that you get your experience, it desensitizes you from that. And now you're able to think more clearly and then see things for what it is after the fact.
That is true.
Because for me, like sex, like, yeah, it's cool and whatever, but it's like, it does nothing for me. I'm a pleaser. You feel what I'm saying? I like to get to know the woman and get pleased the women. Like, I don't care for myself, honestly. It's not for me. That really just boosts my ego. Like, I can do this to you. Like, that's the only thing I care about. But as of me, like, fucking and getting off and all that other stuff, I don't care about that shit anymore. That's probably like the younger me, but now I just want to please my woman.
I don't know if that'll ever go away in me. I'm not saying that most men are like that, but I'm just making an observation of myself. I'm not as much as a pleaser.
You want to be pleased?
Yes. But
yeah, he wants girls to suck his toes.
It's not that I want it. It's that
he feels like
you
feels
putting
like
your toes in girls' mouths.
It's not that I want it. It's not that I.
He does that?
Yeah, I've done it.
I'm literally so scared.
Why?
That is so scary. Y'all be out here sucking toes.
I mean,
and that's that was the other side of the conversation that I was about to have.
Do a lot, bro. To please
which is since there are a lot of men out here who don't have experience and don't deal with plenty women. When a woman finds a man that can satisfy them, not just sexually, but he's an actual man. They do a lot.
They do a lot. I ain't gonna lie to you.
They do a lot.
A lot. I gotta stop some of that shit.
I think it puts you in your feminine as a man leading with sex because that's mostly what women do.
I'm not
saying that a woman should. Not saying that a woman should lead with sex, but I think that that's a feminine trait. That's how they try to lock you down. So I feel like you're coming off like a girl when you come off like that.
Well, maybe that's why I don't have a man, because I've never tried to lock him down with my vagina. I'll try that next.
No, don't do that. Just
with your mind. You're gonna get a good man.
That doesn't work, Justin.
No.
With a good man.
Barack Obama's taken already.
But you gotta sprinkle some pussy on there too. With a good mindset.
I don't like to sprinkle anything.
All right, so then shower it.
Oh my goodness. Okay, get right. Give us another question. I love where this is going. I'm gaining a lot of understanding about shorties.
I'm done.
As I like to.
Yeah, you guys talked about passport bros in one of your past episodes.
Okay.
So why is it acceptable to buy vagina in another country but not here?
Yeah, it's never
No, you said you would do it. He was looking at you backwards, and you said you would do it.
No. All right, wait. Audience,
I was watching the clip this morning.
Look, this is how you clear up a misconception. Because this is why I said I feel like you have to do it when I said a passport bro. But what I meant was, what I'm thinking makes you a passport bro is flying out to another country, meeting a woman, and having sex with her. Not paying for the sex. I wasn't saying that.
You think you're going to Colombia to have sex with those women for free? You're paying for that.
I'm not going.
Even if you meet, but that's what a lot of men don't understand, how they end up as a passport bro, is they think how it's like in America, how women are like, first of all, idea of a lot of casual sex is a very Western American thing. Other people in other countries, they're not fucking with that. Those women are not having sex with you unless you're giving them something, unless you're paying for something. That's like if you go to the Philippines, you'll always see white men running around with their Filipino girlfriends. Why? Because they're paying her. They're paying her for her time.
Yeah, but
so you're not going to meet a woman in a club in Colombia and she's going to go back to her hotel room and have sex with you. She might do that and she's going to rob you after. She's leaving with something.
That's a very internet-based.
Nah,
But it's I travel. That's culture.
It's actually the truth.
That's actual women in other countries, especially Latin America.
They don't play that shit.
They don't play that. They do not play casual sex. That's why when I travel and I tell people I'm American, they always assume they're a slut because in America they do think American women are slutty.
And then I would say this: the whole misconception of how you're thinking passport bros is the reason why they're saying passport bro is for them to get a wife in another country because they're submissive. That's the reason of the passport bro. Because women here are too masculine.
But I think that's a perspective. That's not.
No, but that's what the whole passport bro meaning is.
And no.
I mean, women in America are too masculine. I think that's a perspective.
It is the truth.
No, it's not the truth.
Masculine's not the right word.
It's
Justin.
They're masculine.
It's not the truth. It's just that most men are not men. So when they're dealing with women and the women have to be the men.
Okay, but
and a lot of men are feminine in here too.
You have to understand why American women are different, right? Why are we different? We fought for our rights. We fought for the right to vote. Things like that.
They don't have the man in the house.
Women in other countries, like, okay, Philippines, let's take that back for an example. They have not gone through that revolution. They have not had a women's revolution. So of course the women there are completely different. They're not like American women. American women had a whole revolution.
But what I'm saying is, like I said, I like to think about, I like to look at human nature. If you that nigga, she's going to be your girl. That's how I see it. A woman is feminine when you are masculine.
Yes.
It doesn't matter where you are.
Yes.
Now, don't get me wrong. I've never been outside of the country. I'm not negating and saying what you guys are saying right now isn't true. But what I'm saying is, I feel like I'm that nigga to the point where if I go to a different country, it doesn't have to be Colombia or somewhere where I'm paying for pussy. If I go to Japan because I like anime and I want to go visit Tokyo and I see a woman catching my eye, I might not have sex with her right then and there, but just like any other time in life, it's going to play the course that it always plays.
Yes.
I just think that men and women don't have the tools to be what they naturally are. There's too many blocks in the road, which gives us this main perspective of niggas are like this and women are like this. No, fix yourself and you'll see that women are always feminine. And if you're a feminine woman, fix yourself and you'll see men are always masculine.
I don't think that's true though. I don't think women are always masculine. I don't think women are always feminine. I don't think men are always masculine. No.
We have both traits inside of us. I was telling you before, I'm an artist, I'm a rapper, and I realized looking back in hindsight in my 20s, I was a very feminine, creative man. That takes feminine energy to be creative like that. But what I'm trying to say is,
dabble in more of the masculine than the feminine, but
because I'm a man, I think God just made it like that.
But listen, I'm gonna say this for the Western world, right?
Yeah.
Especially what she said, women's rights, and also what I said with the men not being in the house. Women have to becoming men to teach their children.
To be more masculine.
They had to become more masculine. So, and then that's the flip flop. Now you have women raising men. And now they're more feminine because they're dealing with more feminine energy. Oh. So for men now, they're not men anymore.
Which one do you think affects men and women more? The way that God made us, or the factors that society humans have.
Society.
Your parents.
If you ever take a class of sociology and physiology together, it's always society. It's always your environment.
Nature versus nurture.
Because you put.
So you guys think nature? No, excuse me. You guys think nurture plays more of effect on a person's personality than nature?
Yes. 100% of the time, because you place. Look, I'm gonna just give a example, and this is kind of not crazy, but whatever. You place a black person in the hood. And then in the white community, or in a nice neighborhood, look at the complete difference of how they act. And it's 98% the same.
I see your point, and I'm not trying to say that you're wrong, but what I'm trying to say is the way that I look at things, I look for the feminine qualities in a woman. So it's like,
yes,
I see it. I see God.
But if you put in these societal factors in it, your society has more of an influence than anything else. That's why you're seeing the complete change
on the surface, though. On the surface, I think intrinsically, men are going to be men and women are going to be women.
Oh, yeah, we're always just going to be humans and animals, but society plays such a big role in who we present as, our mask. That's sometimes
that's the perfect word. I don't give a fuck about what you present because I'm always looking for the truth.
But sometimes it's very hard for people to put that mask down.
But that's the thing. Societal factors and the environment adds into your personality and who you are. And what did I say? It's hard to change people.
It is.
So when you factor all those things together, you're not going to change somebody because this is how they've been living for years. This is what they've been brought up on. So that's why a man that's been brought up in a two-parent household than a single-family household, you see the difference in incarceration rates.
So
absolutely.
I agree with you. You made a very good point when you were telling the story earlier about the woman nagging her man that was on a treadmill. That is a woman in her masculine. That is a masculine woman. She is nagging, complaining, miserable, upset. She's masculine. But when women are in a masculine, they're not their best selves. Now that I agree with you on. That's just that's nature. That's just who we are. When women are not in their feminine, they are miserable, angry, and nagging. That's just the truth.
But then now I'm going to pick a bit from what you said. For a masculine woman or a woman that has to be masculine, you have to be the man to get her in her feminine.
Yes.
If you're not that man in any which way, she's not going to relinquish her masculinity.
No.
True, but what I'm saying is I'm not gonna deal with that woman.
No, nobody should.
And what I'm trying to say is I think
but, and I will say this, I do like a somewhat of a masculine woman because, and like I said this before multiple times, and this business is a masculine trait, right? For you to have a partner that understands that, she has to be somewhat masculine, right?
I mean, a good person has a good balance of both, masculine and feminine.
Yes. So they have to understand that.
Yeah.
Because a business, like a businesswoman, I don't care what nobody says. For you to be able to build a corporation, to hire employees, to have the distinguish between how to, deal with people in HR and everything like that, and to create business plans and do all those things, that's a masculine woman. Because a feminine woman will not be able to do all those things. Because in business, and this is the reason why I'm the way how I am, emotions has no fucking part in business.
Now I hear everything that you're saying, but what I'm saying is for the woman to be exactly everything that you just said, she's putting on a mask. And vice versa with men.
Yes.
You're right.
Yeah,
we agree with that.
Yeah, we agree.
That's what
but I'm saying, you as a man, right? The only way that she's going to take off that mask, you have to be a man.
Yeah.
I disagree with that. I disagree with that because...
Wait,
if you're a feminine man,
I'm a pretty masculine woman. I think most people will come to that conclusion about me. But I think I'm also very feminine. But I think in like my everyday life, I'm very masculine. And what you're saying is correct. It does take a certain kind of man to take me out of that masculine mindset. And I am able to switch it. But you have to be a certain kind of man to take me out of that. You have to be who you are and truly believe in who you are. And that inspires me to be more feminine because a man truly in his masculine makes me want to be more feminine. I think that's kind of what he's trying to say.
Because put like this, right? The reason why we have all these issues with women right now of today is because men are not masculine anymore. A masculine man is not going to deal with half the shit that they put up with.
Very
yes.
true.
Yeah. I agree with that. And maybe I don't disagree with the statement that you said before this. But what I'm trying to say is the older I get, the more I lift that mask of what I used to be in my 20s, just living free, no boundaries. Oh, I fuck with you, shorty. You like my music? We rocking together. That's how I used to be. It's not very manly, but that's what it was. What I'm saying is, as I get older and I lift that mask and learn more of who I am, because I feel like society was giving me the wrong message in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
When you do that, you're going to attract women that are doing that as well.
Yeah.
Yes, you're going to make the woman that you're with.
So
if she's
there's masculine men out there.
Yes.
And there's feminine women out there.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Dealing with a woman who is masculine, I don't see the point. Maybe it does bring out the woman's
But certain things, you have to be kind of masculine. Like you have to, especially if a woman, like if you want, like he said, if you want to own your own business and do things like that,
that's a masculine trait.
You have to be kind of masculine.
And I'm glad that you said that you're attracted to that, because that's what makes me and you different.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't care what my woman got going on. Like I'm kind of one of those guys that's like, I want to work so hard to be at the point where if my woman wants to work, we're married, we got kids and all that, it's elective.
Yeah.
It's not required of me.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Nah, see, I'm different. She has to work. You feel what I'm saying? And not in the sense that
leave him alone.
Not. Let me elaborate, okay?
Block him.
Let me elaborate. Because I'm the type of person, I want to have generational wealth, right? So I want to be able to know that you can take care of everything once I'm gone, or be able to put in the right pieces to be able to take care of everything once I'm gone. So for me, knowing that you can work, you don't have to work. After we got everything established, you can choose to. But at least in the back of my head, I know you got it if I'm gone. That's my thing. I want to build that so that everything that I work for doesn't go to waste.
I refuse to marry a man if I have to work. I would just do it by myself.
Elaborate.
I feel like gender roles exist, and I want to date a man that wants to be a provider, that he finds not only just like happiness, but he really finds purpose in loving and providing for his family. Mm-hmm. And I want a man that when he looks at me, he sees his hard work. He sees that he has a beautiful wife at home that he works hard for. And of course, I want to do all the homemaking things, blase. I want to run my own business from my home too. But I realistically, and I have these conversations with men. Of course, right now I'm 26. Like I'm building my own stuff. So no, I'm not staying home. I'm not being a stay-at-home girlfriend right now. But later on in the future, if you want me to settle down and have kids, I'm not clocking in while I'm pregnant. That's mad disrespectful. I'm just not doing it. And if I have to do it, I'd rather be alone. I don't want to marry a man that's going to make me work a 9 to 5 for the rest of my life.
See, now that's crazy. I would not want that at all. Okay. But that's the thing. I would want, that's why I'm not thinking about dating. I'd rather have everything fucking established already so that I can set up businesses for my wife and have her own things and come together and have those things together so that we can give it to our kids. And if I'm gone, then she can take care of everything. That's my biggest gripe. I
don't want to work a 9 to 5. If I have to wake up and drive to work every morning,
nobody wants to work.
I don't want to do that. Right. But so if I don't want to do that with a man. That's going to piss me off. If I have to wake up in the morning and I have to go to work and you're laying next to me, I'm just probably not going to be feminine. I'm going to be masculine. So I know if I have to do that, I'm going to be nagging you when you get home. I don't want to be that kind of woman. So I'd just rather be alone, or I'd rather find a man that's going to give me the things I want for me to be the best woman possible. But I know I'm not going to be the best woman possible if I have to work long ass hours, come home, cook, and do. I'm not going to be the best woman possible.
Me and you are the same people, bro.
Yeah, we are. Now, see, everything that you just said right there, I never see that changing. That's what I mean by femininity.
Yeah.
Because remember, me
all women, not all, but damn near most of the women on the planet are like that. That's not changing.
No, it's not.
Society's not changing.
No,
that.
I know.
That's what I mean by I'm saying God made us a certain way.
Yeah, and I understand that men should be providers. I'm not refuting that, but with the climate of it being today, and like I said, if you want to build, it has to be 50-50 because it's going to take way too long if you don't do it that way, or you build by yourself until you could get to that point.
Yeah, I agree with that. I tell women that all the time. I'd rather build by myself and meet my husband in my 30s when I'm supposed to meet him. He has his shit right. I have my shit right. We can come together and make magic and he can let me live my life. But I think now when women ask, I got 26. No, I don't think you're going to be paying my bills. No, I don't think that's possible. That's unrealistic.
Okay. All right.
Because I wouldn't want my woman to work, honestly. I wouldn't.
Yeah. I see it as something like that word, but
I'm not gonna kill myself to be paying nobody's bills either.
Yeah, that's not fair.
Because at that point, right, you're killing yourself to pay the bills, right? And like I said, you're not gonna be home, so that's gonna affect the relationship.
But now, this is what I mean with this whole society and all of this shit. I don't believe that, let's say right now, I got my shit established. I can support myself comfortably. If I move a woman in, no matter if she's 26 years old or 86 years old, and I say I'm going to pay 100% of the bills, that woman is going to contribute. That's femininity. She's still going to find a way to contribute.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So I don't mind paying all of the bills because I already know that she ain't going to let me do that shit by myself and stress about it if she really loves me. That's
yeah.
I mean, like as a woman, if a man is paying all the bills and stuff, of course you're gonna make sure he comes home, he has a meal, and you're taking care of him and you're cleaning the house. I think that's just something that happens naturally. But I think
exactly
what happens is, and why these conversations are so skewed, is that you have men that are not being emotionally available to their women. They're not showing up for their women the way they want, but they still want all of those things. They still want all of those positive things. No.
And vice versa with the women.
Yes, that's what I was saying earlier, vice versa. If you want a peaceful home, both of you have to be peaceful within yourselves. You're not going to have a peaceful home if one of you is unhappy and the other one doesn't know how to react to you being unhappy. It's just not going to work. It's going to be chaos.
Both genders.
Yes.
Plus some work, personal opinion. We not relationships coaches or anything like that, but definitely personal opinions. What do you think that men in general in society need to work on, and what do you think that women in general in society need to work on to cultivate that relationship that we all yearn for?
I think it's the same thing for both of us. Communication. We need to learn how to speak to each other. We don't know how to speak to one another, unfortunately.
Because like I said, for every relationship, communication is different. Everybody wants different things. So if you communicate what you want, there should be the 50-50, 70-30, 20-70, whatever it is going to work, whatever relationship it is, as long as you're able to communicate.
Correct. Yeah.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
And then the other thing too is that you're communicating within your relationship. Don't look for the outside for assistance.
Talk to them.
Yeah.
People think like, oh, because other people are saying like, oh, I wouldn't do 50-50. My man, okay, that works for you, but not for me.
Talk to him.
Who gives a fuck about you? You don't have a man.
Do what works for you. I think that's such a great concept that people don't understand. Do what works for you.
You don't have a man, or you don't have a wife. So why the fuck are you giving me advice?
Yeah. That's another misconception that we see on the internet a lot too. It's a lot of objective and subjective questions that are being answered vice versa.
A lot of people
you ask an objective question and people give you the subjective answer, how they feel about it.
A lot of people have fucking advice for shit they have no experience on.
That's true.
Because if you don't got a ring on your finger, you should not be giving marital advice. That's just my opinion.
I think there's some married people that shouldn't be giving married advice.
Yeah, I disagree with that. I disagree with that. I mean,
the marriage.
It would be dumb to go reach out to somebody who hasn't been married
If
to get
you've been
advice from
single
them.
for 50 years, how the fuck are you gonna give me marriage advice?
Hey,
Because-
I've been single for a long time, and I think I give very good advice to my girlfriends in relationships.
Now,
Nah, I wouldn't even take your advice.
I give very good advice.
You probably do, but I wouldn't take that as a serious thing. Because like for me, again, I think as a business minded person, right?
okay.
I'm not taking advice from somebody that does not have a successful business, bro.
I feel that.
But I think relationships are different because I think first of all, when people see a woman that's been single for a long time, they think, well, something has to be wrong with her. Have you looked at the dating pool of men? I think women that's been single for a long time, it shows she has discernment. She's a little bit smarter and a little bit selective with what
If
she's
they ain't
doing.
fucking. If they ain't
they
fucking.
Yeah, but look, but the thing is too, and this is all I say, you always take every advice, but you filter it, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to take serious information from somebody that's been single for that long. I am going to take their advice because, of course, they've had a lot of more experience than me to, put that into my pool of what I do when I go to date. But as in like me trying to figure out how did you guys last for 60 years? I'm going to take that advice from a married
yeah.
couple.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
So a lot of people have advice that they want to give and they're not even doing half the things that they're giving advice on.
I mean, but I think I'm married. I don't think I give good or bad advice, but I think I tell the truth.
I tell the truth.
I'm not in a relationship right now, and this is a relationship podcast.
Yeah.
I don't ever ask women or I don't give relationship advice to women because I don't think that's my ministry. I think my ministry is to empower women and help them make better decisions. And of course that comes with dating. You make better decisions with dating, but how to keep a man or keep a man happy. No, I do not have those details for you. Don't know how to do that. If you have those details for me, let me know. Maybe I don't know. But I know how to teach you tools, how to be a better woman, how to love yourself, how to feel good when you look in the mirror. But how to keep a nigga, really don't know what to tell you for real.
Because when I give a relation advice, I give men advice, right?
I give human advice. What would I do?
Because the thing is, like, I've been in relationships and they've all went a certain way because of one specific factor. And that is because I am a goal-driven person. And for me to get to those goals, I really only care about those goals so much. So that's the reason why my relationships didn't last. So that's why I tell men, focus on your goals, get closest enough to your goals as you can, and then you decide to date. Because at that point, then you have the time to be with your woman and actually do the things that you want to do with your woman as much as you can. And not have to worry about the other lively things.
I think there's a balance.
Yeah, when you got it together. You got any more questions, Press?
Yeah, let me see.
I'll probably get like 2 more good ones and then...
Okay. Yeah, you can ask them.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Oh,
You don't have any more?
No,
I have one.
go.
For both of you, have you ever witnessed a friend of yours? Have you ever witnessed a friend of yours do their girl or their man dirty?
Yes.
How did it make you
Yes.
feel?
I hated that shit.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't want especially if I know you have like a good man, like a good partner. I will stop being friends with you. I have stopped being friends with women for the things that they've done to their partners.
Because put it like this, if you could do that to your partner, somebody that you love, what are you gonna do to me? Yeah.
Exactly.
Talk to him.
What you gonna do to me?
Talk to
If you
him.
could do that to someone you lay next to every night, you damn sure don't have no loyalty to me. And that's really just a life lesson for real.
And they said it perfectly in the podcast. It was like, if I'm a business partner, I'm not fucking with somebody. Well, I'm fucking with somebody. I'm not say that. I'm not be going into business with somebody that cheats on their wife.
That's bad for business in
Talk
general.
to
For
him.
real.
Because a business partner is basically like a marriage.
It is.
So if you can cheat on your wife, somebody that you're supposed to have all of these feelings and closeness with, what you gonna do with me over money?
Absolutely. I agree with
Right.
that.
And money is more
It
serious.
is way more
I
serious.
agree with that. That was a fantastic statement.
My thing is, for cheating for me, regardless of you're my friend, whoever you are, cheating is a character flaw, right? There is something in your character that makes you a disloyal person. I don't want disloyal people around me.
Yeah. Because the thing about which and this is why I say this is why you got to get that whole phase out of you for men, is because you have that urge, and that why you lead to cheat. But the thing is, once you have that urge set, and this is the thing about cheating, right? It's really bad when you make a commitment to your partner and then you go against that. That's the problem.
Now, I hear that. I really do. And I'm not trying to justify cheating, but there are cases where the other person who isn't cheating isn't showing up.
That is true too.
So leave.
But that's a part of
of course.
But that's what I'm saying. That's part of the commitment. You're not adhering to the commitment that both of you guys had. So of course somebody's gonna step out, right?
I mean, marriage commitment, sickness and health, that's in your vows, right? And sickness can mean I'm depressed and I can't show up for you. I can't have sex with you. I can't cook your favorite meal this week. I don't feel the best. That is where...
That makes me never want to get married.
But that's just life though. It's just but you're gonna go through it too. You think you're gonna be high energy your whole life. You're not. You're gonna go through a phase where you just tired. And you have to deal with it. And you have to love someone.
Men are not afforded that luxury.
It comes out differently. It comes up in alcoholism, drug problems, and anger, but it comes out in men. Please don't think it doesn't hit you. It hits you just as hard.
This is what I say about the tolerance, right?
Yes, I agree.
You can only tolerate it, but for so long. And if you're married, that tolerance is at the highest of its peak.
Would you tolerate it in business?
No, I told you. No. I don't have no patience for that shit.
I'm kind of the same way. I'm not saying I'm cutthroat. I think I do have a lot of leeway, but the things that I ask for are simple.
And that's why I say I don't mix business and personal. Because in personal, I have way more tolerance. I will put up with a lot more things. But when it comes to business, you're fucking with my money and my time that leads to my partner.
I feel you.
So I'm not playing with that shit.
I feel you. That's where we disagreed, though, because I think that business and dating have a lot of similarities.
It does have similarities, but you got to put a very strict line between it.
Like, let's say like this. If I'm dealing with a shorty, maybe we've been together for 3 years, and for the last couple weeks, she's not initiating or reciprocating when I try to have sex with her. I'm going to sit her down and let her know directly, if you're not showing up anymore, I'm going to break this off because I'm going to end up cheating.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't you say that in a completely different way?
I mean, I was just summarizing it, but I've been at that.
How? So if you're pretend I'm the woman. How do you start that conversation? What's the first thing you're going to say to me?
I'll probably take her out to eat or something like that, or go drive to the park and we'll really talk. I'll show her that I'm really concerned. Do you got anything going on? But
that's what I was trying to say though. Sometimes it's hard to have those conversations, but it's the words you say. If you lead by saying, hey, is something going on? That makes her more open and available to actually say the issue rather than you coming at them and saying, well, you're not doing this. So, and I think sometimes I studied communication. That's what I went to college for. It's what I'm getting a master's in. It is not about what you want to say. It's about how you say it. And I think a lot of times with dating is that you want to say something, but you're just not saying it in the correct way. And you could have that conversation in a whole different way that it's going to create space for her to be vulnerable and open and healing. And she'll probably fuck you after. That's the crazy part. If you can come to her in a way where she can really just speak and not say, well, you're not doing this, this, and this. No one wants to hear that.
See, this is what I mean by the line between business and personal, right? Especially with my communication. You see how I am? I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole in my relationship too, but like on a funny level. Like if you really know me, like I'm really playing around. But if it comes to something serious, I would never talk to somebody in a certain way. I would always be like very sweet and kind and try to,
Absolutely.
But in business, I don't
You
play
can't be that way in business, no.
Yeah. Like you fuck up once, and this costs me a contract, you're done. You're gone.
You have to be cut.
You're done.
See, but I now
in a relationship,
I'm not gonna say once, but the older I get, like I said, I enforce my boundaries a little bit more.
And the thing about it, you have to pick your certain boundaries that you are not gonna divvy on, because there's certain boundaries that I don't fuck with either, that I'm gonna list starting of the relationship. And if those are broken within the first month, I'm gone.
Now, this is another issue that I think that a lot of men have a problem with. Showing up for a dude, we already established. Of course, you want the dates and spontaneity and all of that stuff too. But let's just say ideal right now. I'm not afforded the luxury to wake up and not go to work. I'm not afforded the luxury to not handle my business. That's kind of what I'm showing to the woman when I'm asking for very simple things. That's why it's like, I feel like this climate of dating and social media has planted women with some sort of entitled mindset to where, like I was saying before, the simple things that you want out of a woman, they're offended when you bring them up.
This reminds me of a poem, and part of the poem says, if you let a boy bring you to his four walls, you'll never leave. And you're basically saying something to what she's saying in that poem is you're saying, well, women want all these things, but I'm tired. I don't want to do all these things. If you're tired, why are you not too tired to invite me over to fuck you? If I'm tired, I don't want anyone in my face. I just want to lay in my bed and I want to go to sleep. Men will say, I'm tired. I have all this. I'm busy. I can't plan a date. But yet you can find time to invite me over to fuck you. You're not that tired. You just are not intentional enough to plan a date because that's not what you want to do. And you know what? It's crazy is that men will act like that and then they'll meet the woman where he knows he can't act like that. He has to plan a date if he wants to see her. So he's going to plan a date to see her. And I always tell women, don't be the girl that gets stuck in his bedroom. Because if you keep letting him bring you to that bedroom, he is bringing you nowhere else. Point blank, period.
That's going viral.
I mean, I hear what you said, but I don't.
I mean,
it makes me never want to get married. It makes me never want to take a woman seriously.
How? Because she doesn't want to be stuck in your your bedroom?
No, I would never just leave her stuck in the
But do you understand? I
just want it to be reciprocal. We should be both meeting each other's needs.
Yeah. I understand. Some men don't like, I've dated guys, they don't like going out a lot. But they will make that compromise. Okay, I'll go out with you and do this one thing, but can we have a movie night? And I'm like, okay, fine. I'm willing to make those compromises. But if you allow a man to just give you dirt, a lot of times they are going to continue to just give you dirt. You're not going to get the steak. That's just the truth. That's a human thing. If you allow someone to keep doing something to you, they're going to keep doing that. Why would I want better if you're not going to make me do better?
Okay, I understand that, but I'm talking about in the context of a relationship. Like I said, it's ideal. The dude is showing up. I think that society has, at least for me, in my past, it's like women have changed. They get to a point to where it's the lens that they look at men in now. They look at us differently. They don't look at us as somebody who deserves to have their needs met too.
It is true but these are the, again, environment and social.
What are your needs? Are you talking about like, what are your needs? I'm not asking you. What are your needs?
Cooperation.
You love that word.
I mean, you kind of would want to be cooperated.
See, I didn't want to be mean, but that's what I'm saying. It's that mindset literally right there.
What?
I'm asking for something simple. And
what does cooperation mean? Like to you? Because when I hear cooperate, I'm thinking of like I'm at work, I gotta cooperate with the team. What do you mean cooperate? What are we cooperating with?
Just don't combat everything that I suggest.
Well, if you have chemistry with this person, what is constant combating coming from? Because if you have chemistry with someone, you shouldn't be constantly arguing with them and combating, right?
Yes.
So then maybe he's just not someone you have chemistry with. If she has to constantly combat you, that's my thing is like, why even deal with that? Like, if you truly feel like, what do you mean you're dealing with a woman that doesn't meet your needs? Leave her and find someone. There are women out there that will meet your needs.
Yes, I understand that. But what I'm saying is, at least in my past relationships, like I said, I'm a different man today, but I hear it all over the internet as well. It's like the lens that the women look at men through. And I'm not saying men don't do this, but I date women. After a certain period of time in the relationship, due to social media, due to us having so many options and perceived choices.
We don't have that many options.
Yes, that's true.
We don't.
But women act like that. That's what I'm saying. I can't see your mind, but I could do something that may be small or big to you, and then the whole energy shifts and change. And she assumes that I'm supposed to know what's going on. And then when I do sit down and be like, you know what, let me see if I could just bring up what the issue could be. She has an issue with me bringing up the issue.
That's communication, though. That's what we said. We all need to work on is communication. Because that's not good communication.
Yes. But what I'm saying is it's the tendency for those things happening is getting higher and higher and higher over the years.
Do you understand
There's no more
people cannot communicate, bro? This is the reason why we have all of these world issues, that the normal human tendency is not being able to communicate.
Literally wars started over miscommunication. Like,
that's just a natural human thing.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it's getting hard to find someone that can.
It's getting worse. Don't get me wrong, it's getting worse. But that's just a normal thing. People just can't communicate. So if you find that one person that you can communicate with and have synergy with, then it's fine. But if that person can't communicate and that's the simplest thing that they can't do, then leave.
But I'm interested in in the individual case, obviously, yeah. But I'm interested in the root. Why is it like that now? And what can we do?
Pride, ego.
To change that.
Well, you have to remember, why were women dating and getting married at higher rates back in the day?
There we go. Now we talking.
Why?
No, I
know it.
We weren't able to get bank accounts. We weren't able to have our own money. We needed men. And you're right. The lens, when you said the lens, how we view men has changed, you're right. Because before you used to look at a man, I need him. How am I going to have anything in this life?
And that's what we love. Yes,
you love someone depending on you, but women don't depend on you anymore for a place to live or money. So what else more can you offer her? Be emotionally available. Be someone that she can depend on. Solve her little problems. That's what you can do. Men, the issue is that men are trying to find where they fit in this world, because now it's like, all right, well, you don't need me to get a bank account. You don't need me to live in a house.
The root problem again is communication, because if she voiced to you what she needs in that relationship and you provide for that, then you guys are good. But if she doesn't,
that's where the issue comes in.
She doesn't communicate.
I feel like not just in my own individual relationships, but in society as a whole,
nobody can communicate.
All we hear is what the woman wants and needs. Guys will show up, but never get their needs met.
But are men truly aware of their needs outside of sexual pleasure? Because there's so many men that are like, oh, I don't need nothing. As long as I get my dick sucked every night, I'm good.
That's crazy to me.
But you don't see shit like that on the internet. I see it all the time. Men don't know their emotional needs. So that's my thing. Men don't know they need someone to speak to.
Because again, from the root problem, they don't know themselves.
Yes, I agree. I get what you're saying. Men's needs are not being met, but you ask a man what he needs. Only thing he mentioned is sex.
He doesn't even know what he needs. He doesn't even know
talk about money. He talk about he need a new car. No, you need someone to speak to. You need someone after a hard day of work that's just going to listen to you talk. That's what you need. Mm-hmm. You don't need to have sex with 50 different women a week. Men don't know their needs.
Because if you don't know your needs, you're never going to be able to voice them.
It's all surface level when you ask them.
Because like for me, I'm not a talkative person at all. Like I don't like talking. I just like to be physically touched, and that's it. That's all I need, really. That shows the love right there, and that's all I need. All right, guys. So that's been a good episode of the Hood Analyst Podcast. And just to end it off, men, fix yourself. Make sure that you know that you're the only person that's going to know you, and allow yourself the time to be able to know yourself so that you can better get to know you and your partner.
Talk to him. You want to go next?
Yes. Thank you guys for having me. I love chatting with you guys. And if I can just say anything to any woman that's watching this, make sure you make a life so full for yourself that anyone that comes in or leaves is not going to drag you down in the process.
Yes, sir, ski. Yeah, look, I love this episode. I think we came to a lot of common ground, a lot of different perspectives, a good understanding between men and women in general. We have precious, very precious guest. She has her own podcast. You want to shout that out real quick?
Not So Precious on Apple and Spotify every Friday.
Yes, sir, ski. Tune into that and tune into this. We are out.
Bye, guys.